Serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world, this is the Show Me Sports Network. The following is an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and is a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.
Mentioned it should be a good one. Happy Friday, everyone. As always, thanks for spending it with us here on the Show Me Sports Network. Ben Schmidt alongside Justin Kraft. And I think you and I, Justin, are both pretty excited to get this one underway because not only is Hallsville coming off a win looking to get rolling, Eldon's looked really good all year, and they come in at 3-1, and their offense has really been rolling outside of last week.
Yeah, we will see what the Eldon Mustangs can do here on their home turf after last week on the road against Osage. Got completely blown out against an Osage team that was 0-3 going into that game, and they found a way to obliterate them and beat them 28-0. Eldon definitely wants to rebound and find a way here tonight to get themselves going early and have some success against the Hallsville Indians. And we will see if Hallsville can find a way to win back-to-back road games. What a win last week it was against Versailles.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you mentioned, let's quickly touch on that Versailles victory. It was tough for the Indians because they went into that game not knowing whether or not they were going to have their starting quarterback, and they ended up not getting it in Colton Nichols, so it essentially meant a wildcat rotation of Xavier Stinson and Harrison Fowler taking snaps at quarterback and running the ball most of the entire game. Only a couple passes were thrown, and those mostly came in the first half. So to win in Versailles last week, 16-6, that like Hallsville did without their quarterback and the help of their defense, Kill Nichols at his tackle for a safety, and they held Versailles scoreless after the first drive. Definitely has to give Hallsville some confidence heading into this one.
Yeah, I totally agree, Ben. And I was just about to touch on that defense, but you took the words out of my mouth, and I'm going to still touch on them. But they played great last week on the road in Versailles, and they got to do it here again today against these Eldon Mustangs because they got a very stout offense, wide receivers, O-line, quarterback, so they got to be ready and especially, win the turnover battle. I know last week they played great defensively, only giving up 6 points to Versailles, and in which they got that safety as well early in the game. So this defense is thriving, and they're looking to, capitalize again here tonight on the road.
Well, you mentioned a moment ago that Eldon didn't look all that good against Osage last week, but 2 weeks ago against the same Versailles team that Hallsville put 16 points on, Eldon put 75 on the board. And you think about the fact that Hallsville's defense allowed 59 points just 2 weeks ago, a slight cause for concern. They're not major, and the Hallsville defense looked much, much better last Friday night, but a slight cause for concern there. I think part of it is because Eldon seems to have a pretty good quarterback on their hands in the third-year starter, Hunter Heast, a quarterback with 8 passing touchdowns and 3 rushing so far. He's kind of settled down the offense and has added some life into the Mustangs, and it's going to be the job of Cale Nichols, DJ Larkin, and the rest of that defense to try and slow down Heast and that Mustangs offense.
Yeah, if they can find a way to get to Heath, they will have success. And, yeah, you just got to do just that if you're Hallsville, and you got to find a way to get off to an early start. And hopefully Colton Nichols is okay. He's been banged up, got a couple bandages with that ankle injury, but he looks like he's ready to go, and he's going to fight the charge and be out there for Hallsville.
Yeah, you mentioned the quarterback Nichols. We saw him throwing passes in pregame warmups, which just concluded here in Eldon at the field, which, by the way, an awesome facility we've been enjoying. But
can't complain.
Regardless, Colton Nichols looks like he's good to go. You'll hear a little bit more about his status in the interview with head coach Justin Conyers in just a few minutes. But as we get closer and closer to kickoff, about 22 minutes away here on the Show Me Sports Network, I think at the very least, this game appears on paper to be like it's one that could go back and forth. And I would project more on the shootout territory than a defensive battle.
I do too. Especially this is a marquee matchup like we've been talking about to kick it off here for Week 5 of FNF. This one's going to be a good one, and we're definitely in for a treat.
All right, well, don't go anywhere because, as usual here on the Show Me Sports Network pregame show, we have Coach Justin Conyers to say a few words. You don't want to miss this one. He had some good stuff to say when we're back in just a moment on the Show Me Sports Network.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Welcome back, everyone, on the Show Me Sports Network. As always, here on the pregame show, I want to welcome on head football coach of Hallsville, Justin Conyers. Coach, as always, thanks so much for joining us here today before tonight's matchup against Eldon.
Thank you for having me on. Appreciate it.
All right, so let's get right into it. I think the biggest question following last week's victory, a low-scoring one against Versailles, can you provide us a little bit of an update on your quarterback, Colton Nichols, as we look headed into this game?
Still going to be a game-time decision tonight. For us, it's been he's practiced a lot better this week. He's moving around a lot better. We're just trying to make sure that he can do everything 100%. The biggest thing is we need him going forward down the stretch here, and we don't want to do anything that's going to hinder his progress and making it there for us down the stretch, like I said. So we're going to see how he moves around tonight in pregame. And if we feel he's ready to go with us and our medical staff, then we'll make sure that he's in the ball game and get out there. I'll tell you what we have done is we've practiced a lot differently this week to make sure that we have a much better answer for if he doesn't go this evening.
Yeah, and I wanted to get to that. Obviously, don't want to give away everything, but should we expect potentially a similar Wildcat type of offense if Colton Nichols does not go?
Yeah, what we're going to do this evening is we've made sure that we've got multiple guys, some reps at quarterback. I think I talked to you last week about this, but our normal backup quarterback broke his thumb about 3 weeks ago, so he's in a cast. And so we're sitting here right now putting guys that are just playing different positions that are just true football players for us back at the quarterback spot. And, that's the thing that you got to be pleased with is, the score wasn't really, what we wanted to be. I mean, a win's a win. We'll take the win on the road. But only scoring 18 points last week was a little tough for us offensively from what we're used to doing. So we got to be proud, though, of how guys have stepped up and stepped into some roles and done some things for us when we've asked them to. So look forward to if Colton's at that quarterback tonight, but you might see multiple guys showing up in that spot for us.
So I wanted to ask you kind of your thoughts about this. Does a win like you had with last week, I know you just mentioned a moment ago how you'd like to score more than 18 points in offense, but does it give you guys some confidence to think that you can win in any sort of way and be physical like you were?
I think it does. I think it shows you that we have to be a little more multiple than what we were doing last week. But it does show you that if we need to grind it out and we need to put the ball in Harrison Fowler's hands and direct snap him the football in the Wildcat and just go, that we're able to do those things. Now, the thing that I didn't like about it was that was pretty much what we did exclusively in the second half. And I felt like, it's put a lot of pressure on him. I mean, 11 guys on the football field knew who was getting the football and where it was going on Friday night, So you got to relieve a little bit of pressure off him. And so we've worked a couple extra things this week. And so, like I said, we're going to do what it takes to try to go out and score points and win games. But the other thing I did take away from that game, and I think our offense did too, is we were still a little disappointed. Felt like we left some points on the field. We turned the ball over 3 times. We hadn't done that since week 2, So it's just like, it's kind of hit or miss. It's been like this week we had great ball security, the next week it's not. And so it's just like we're trying to figure out what's causing us to have this lack of ball security.
So now let's look at the other side of the ball, your defense, because after that first drive where Versailles goes down the field, scores a touchdown, completely locked in from there, didn't allow another point the entire rest of the game. How do you keep that momentum rolling on that side of the ball coming now into tonight against Eldon?
Well, first off, I think our defense did an amazing job of adjusting. Not what we saw in film, obviously. They had a little bit of some issues with some guys not being there on Friday night for them as well, and went to a completely different offense from what we've seen in 3 weeks of film. So our guys were not prepared to run versus split back style offense, under center. Everything we saw was, spread, gun, multiple formations, lots of motions, and that's not the football team that we saw offensively. So very proud of how the defense and the defensive staff adjusted and really got our guys dialed in. We have to build off of it. So last week, what we did different is after the Boonville loss, we came in on Saturday morning. So that's a day of film for us, a morning to get the game corrected. And there wasn't a lick of film that day. We sit down and we just had a discussion on what we needed to do to make them a better defensive football team. We felt like that's where we've been dropping the ball. We've been able to score points, but we were not stopping people from scoring points. And so they gave us a lot of good ideas of what they wanted and what they felt they needed in practice. And we went back to the basics last week, and really we did tackling circuits. I mean, Wednesday was live tackling before a Friday game. I mean, we were to the ground, 3 stations, and it was a ton of reps for our kids. And you got to remember, guys, we're a football team of 39. We can't really afford to get guys hurt in practice, but that's what they said they wanted, so we gave it to them. And we did the same thing this week. We are trying to become a better tackling football team, and I think that's the confidence piece that we saw last week was we went out and it happened for us. We tackled very well last week, and that's something we hadn't been doing as of late. So, for us to have that success, I think they really bought in, and it carried over into this week's preparation too.
So tonight against Eldon will be Harrison Fowler's 3rd game of the season. It feels like we've kind of reached the point now where it's, I would assume, going to be full workload going forward to him. That probably really even started last week, if we're being honest, but easing him back in from the injury, it's going to be full workload going forward, I would assume, correct?
100%. He's back. He feels great. He looks great. If you guys saw the game last week or listened to the game, I mean, he was our guy. He carried the load for us, and I'm very proud. This was something you want for him. If anybody knows Harrison off the field and understands what kind of young man he is and his determination, he always has had a positive attitude, even through him being hurt, here for the last couple of weeks to start the season. It never broke his stride. In his mind, he was going to work harder, rehab to get back faster and to get back stronger than he was. And that's what we're seeing. And you could see the smile back on his face Friday night, and he enjoyed carrying the load for us. He's a little tired, because he was doing a lot for us. But, man, just to see that kid out there full strength again is something special to see.
So I want to talk a little bit about a position group that I don't think you and I have discussed a whole lot now as we move into week 5. I can't really remember us talking about it at any point, but your offensive line, especially last week when, like you said, all 11 know you're running the football and they were still opening up running lanes. From my point of view, it seems like they did a really nice job last Friday night.
Yeah, they always do for us. The thing is, that's our most veteran spot on the football team right now is all 5 of those guys up front. We say we had 4 or 5 returning, but really Riley Barnes at right guard, he played a lot last year at that spot. So really 5 seniors up front for you. That's a lot. That's going to be a lot to replace in the future. But right now, you really got to ride their coattails. I mean, those are the strength of our football team. They know what they're doing. Great offensive line coach, great offensive line play by those guys. And you can just really see them communicate. And that's the big thing. And I think, to be honest with you, they were the ones that were disappointed we didn't score more points. It wasn't our skill guys, coming out and being like, they're usually the ones with more touches and they want more highlights and all these things. And the O-line was just like, we stunk. We should have scored more. That's just the way they felt because they're used to getting our guys into the end zone every Friday night. So you've got to be prideful about that too. I mean, that's something that you really can hang your hat on is when you've got a group of 5 up front that want to work for their teammates to make sure those dudes are reaching the end zone.
Yeah, building off that, do they enjoy the getting downhill aspect, especially in the run game? Because it feels like when you talk to offensive linemen, normally that's the part that they really live for.
Anytime you can hear the word true double team, or you can hear, hey, we're about to gap scheme and pull for one, and I mean, those guys' eyes line up and ready to go. That's what I love, is sitting in a room with those guys, especially when you're watching film and just seeing what their thought process is really like and how they're attacking the game. It's very prideful in our offensive line. Those guys, like I said, they take pride in what they're doing, and they're very serious about it. And we've got a couple guys, that definitely want to even play at the college level, next year. So it's exciting to have those type of players, that level of player in that group with us.
All right, so now let's turn to the opponents tonight in Eldon. Got off to a really good 3-0 start, including one game where they put up 75 points, which is obviously kind of an outlier of a number there. But then get the loss last week against Osage. How do you keep them from having a big bounce-back game here tonight?
Our big thing for us is it's got to be physical football and defense. Really both sides of football, but it has to be defensively. That's one thing you see with them is Eldon every single year. They're very well coached in their scheme and what they do in their approach. And they are the same kind of as our offensive line. I mean, they are trying to get downhill and create movement and try to run the football right at you. One thing I saw a little bit different out of them this year is I feel like, not taking anything from the past quarterbacks that Eldon have, but I feel like this young man, he's a true quarterback for him. Like, I feel like he can really spin the football. They're in the gun. He sits back there. He delivers well. He does a nice job for him. He's a good-sized guy, has great arm strength. And that is a great dimension to add into this multiple dimension that they have running the football. So, they're going to be very hard to defend this evening. We're going to have to play, like I said, our game plan has to be to play downhill, play fast and physical on defense.
And do you take really a whole lot away from the matchup last year? It was a 2-score game that you guys ended up winning, but I would assume you've pretty much moved on from that, especially because, like you said, new quarterback.
Oh, 100%. We moved on. It's, from year to year, you may get the same scheme as far as offense, defense it goes. Offensively, same scheme. Defensively, different scheme. I go back and I rewatch our last year's film when we're game planning. I also make sure I look at my play call sheets that we had last year. And we were totally different from year to year for them and what we're seeing. So they had the Beach kid last year at tailback that was like 6'2", 230 pounds. I mean, he was a load for anybody to tackle in our conference. He was a load. So a little bit different back for him, but I think their offensive line play is just as good, if not better, than what it was last year.
So obviously every single regular season game is incredibly important, but do you think a big road win here against a good team to get you back over 500 for the first time since 1-0 could be maybe sort of a springboard into the home stretch of the season?
Yeah, it's always we talk about, like we've talked about it on here. It's 1 week at a time, we even talked about our guys wanting to go back to me telling them 0-0 every single week, which is fine, is what we've done. And if we win, we'll be 1-0 for the week, and then on Saturday morning we're back to 0-0. But for me, this is a big time game for us as far as for our program right now. I've thought that moving along here after that Boonville loss, I thought like our next 3 games for us in a row were very, very crucial football games to really kind of decide which direction this team was going to go. And so I feel like being on the road, playing a very well-coached football team, playing a tough scheme to defend is going to be a great challenge for us tonight. And I feel like if we can go out and we can have success, we can get us right back and get our confidence back where it needs to be. I can tell them we're a good football team, but unless we're not having that success on Friday nights, it's hard to really have 100% buy-in from everybody from top to bottom. Like I said, unless you're going out and you're really showing that on Friday night.
All right, Coach Conyers joining us here on the Show Me Sports Network pregame show. Wanted to ask you this. We talk so much in these interviews about the players, but turning to you as a play caller, kind of wanted to ask this. What's that feeling like for you on the sideline when you call a play and then see it really work to perfection and have to be successful in a key moment of the game? What's that feeling like for you?
Well, for me, it really builds the confidence that, that we've coached the guys to do the right things. That's what we tell them is don't worry about what I'm calling. Just worry about how to execute the play. Because sometimes, they can get wrapped up in there's way too many things with our feed game that they need to, especially our quarterback play. And I tell them, hey, I'm going to put you in position to make the best play that you can. Trust me to do that, and I'm going to trust you to make the play. And really the fun thing as a play caller, to be honest with you, is when you start to build that relationship with the quarterback to where you can get not just because I said so, you can get behind the why I call this, and they start to understand the why. And when they start to cognitively understand that, that is the game changer. And, that's really where I'm trying to get with Colton. We're slowly but surely getting there. Not having him last week I thought was big because we were really starting to build. I thought in the Boonville game, he was right on, understanding why I was putting him in position to make certain plays and make certain reads. So, yeah, it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it. It gets stressful at times whenever, you got to make the right call. There was big time in the Boonville game when you're that close. There were some big time moments where I couldn't screw it up. I had to make sure that we put us in the right call. And the thing I always love, and you'll enjoy this too, is everybody from the stands, they're running the same play. You run the same play all night long. I'm like, you know what? I'm glad you guys feel that way. Because if you think it looks the same, we're running 8 different concepts, if not more. So thank you for believing that it looks like the exact same play. I always appreciate those comments as well.
Yeah, if the fans are thinking it looks the exact same, then there's a decent shot that maybe the guys on the other side of the line of scrimmage are potentially thinking that as well. So.
Yes, sir, that's correct, and that's what we want them to, guys. Hallsville fans, we want them to think we're running the same play, but I guarantee you, it's being blocked multiple different ways. So yeah, it's a lot of fun to be a play caller.
All right, Coach. Well, before I let you go, big game today. Any last words for us?
Once again, I think we talked about it at post game last week. On the road again for Sales, had a tough loss versus Boonville, and then all of a sudden, man, our crowd's there again. It's huge, and So I'm hoping, with the success we had last week, even a little closer than we wanted it to be, that, we'll have a big crowd tonight. And if we don't have a big crowd down in Eldon, let's make sure that you guys are listening in and tuning in here and listen to your boys. So I'm telling you what, guys, our team puts in so much work and so much preparation to go out and try to have success on Friday nights. And, a big thing is we're just working on trying to get everybody healthy where we can have a full first team offense and defense again. When that day happens, we're going to talk about it on here because I'm going to be extremely excited because we're going to have more guys out tonight, that we had absent replacements for.
All right. Well, as always, really appreciate you, Coach. Justin Conyers, ladies and gentlemen. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to wrap up the rest of the pregame show and get into Hallsville versus Eldon here on the Show Me Sports Network.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
On the field for the coin toss and the meeting of the captains, and by the looks of that, it looks like your Indians will start on offense as we're about a minute and a half from kickoff.
Yeah, I couldn't complain. Great autumn weather, and I know we're ready for some football because we're all energized and everything after that popcorn you had and myself with just a hamburger, a pretzel.
We took advantage of the concession stand here, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, we definitely did. And let's see what Hallsville can do. Colton Nichols and this offense will be starting with the football first, so Eldon will be kicking to them to start. And we will see, can Colton Nichols knock off the Band-Aids and drop Nichols in the bank? And, well, that Hallsville Indians offense have success. But really, that defense has got to get after Hunter Hess, the junior, third season as a starting quarterback. They got to get after him, or he's going to cause a mess for Hallsville defensively if they can't do just that. And Ben.
I think this one is shaping up to be a quarterback deal between Nichols and Hunter Hess. Like you said, the junior multi-sport athlete for Eldon, so his athletic ability cannot be taken lightly. And it's going to be a big test for this Hallsville defense, who seemed to right the ship last week. They were kind of alternating so far this season between good and bad defensive performances. So hopefully that trend snaps tonight. It would be a good time to make it back-to-back good ones. And as the Mustangs put down the ball to kick it off, looks like it is time to go. And if that number reads correctly, it's the starting quarterback, Hunter Hess, out there to kick it away. And a couple men back there to receive for Hallsville. The kick is boomed away, and it's going to sail inside the 5 and take a roll into the end zone for a touchback. So Hallsville will start at their own 25-yard line. I'll tell you what, that Hess kid, he has a leg.
Yeah, he definitely does. Can do it with his arm and can do it with his leg. That's something you don't see from a lot of quarterbacks, especially to be your kicker as well. What a kick. But almost pinned him at about the 1 or 2 yard line there, and it looked like Hallsville was going to have to take it. But they're going to start on the 20.
So we'll see if Hallsville can make it an early lead in this one. They were trailing to start last week 6-0, but then it was all them from there. And here comes Colton Nichols, making his first start since 2 weeks ago at home against Booneville. He's got 2 men in the backfield to start this play. Fowers to his right. Fowers going to get the handoff running left, 25. He's got room 30 up near the 35, and then Powers ahead just near the 35-yard line is where he's going to be brought down, so that'll move the chains. And a nice run there at 15 yards to kick off the evening here in Eldon.
Yeah, I couldn't ask for a better start if you're Hallsville. What a run there by Harrison Fowler, kicking it up taking it upfield, first down and more. What a run.
Fowler, through 2 games since returning from injury, is averaging 99.5 rushing yards per game. It's pistol formation here. Nichols drops back. It's a straight throw all the way. He's looking. He's going to buy time, and now he's going to look left side, fire downfield. He's got Stinson open, but he can't find the ball, and that's going to get over his head and incomplete. Stinson had to turn back over his other shoulder, and the safety back there for Eldon almost made a play on the football. I thought for a moment we may have an interception there as Nichols saw one-on-one coverage and let it fly.
Yeah, a little bit of confusion there with Stinson and Nichols. Nichols thought he was going to bite on it and go deep. Stinson kind of held up and, like you said, almost picked off by the safety of Eldon, but luckily incomplete.
So it looks like it was Devin Wardenberg, the 6'3 senior, back there in coverage. Actually, he's a cornerback, so he was back there in one-on-one coverage, as Eldon did not have a whole lot over the top of the defense. So now 2nd down and 10, just 3rd play of the ball game coming up. We're about 30 seconds into this one. Hallsville starting with the football. Shotgun snap for Nichols. He's going to give it to Fowler. Actually keeps himself running left side. He's got the room at the 40, spins out of a tackle, but then will be dragged down at about the 41. Thought he was going to break free, and if he did, that would have been a first down and more, but he got dragged down from behind. It'll be a gain of 5 there on 2nd down.
Yeah, great fake by Nichols, faking the handoff to Fowler, and it seems like if that doesn't get us, that definitely gets the defense, and for sure Nichols turned it up, and a nice little run there on 2nd down.
I'll give credit to those defenders that can read that read option, because I thought Fowler had that football all the way, but it was actually Nichols. And if that's any indication how he was moving there, I think that ankle is feeling a lot better. Nichols 3rd down and 5. He's in the shotgun all low. Now Fowler moves back there. It's going to be a QB option. Nichols will keep it himself, breaks tackle at the 40, but then he's brought down at about the 40-41 by another defender coming in. That was Michael Rugen, who came in for the cleanup, and it'll be no gain there for Nichols as he decided to keep the ball himself. 4th and 5 upcoming.
Yeah, great tackle by Michael Rugen there for Eldon, and we will see what Hallsville is going to do right here on this 4th down and 5. Backed up on their own 40.
The ball is set at about the 40.5-yard line, so it's closer to 4.5 than a full 5 yards. But just about a minute and a half into this one, looks like Hallsville may go for it, although now Nichols backs up a little bit all alone in the shotgun. There's no one back to return for Hallsville, and Nichols was going to punt that football, but there was a flag as the play started, and depending on who this goes, if it's on Eldon, it would mean a free first down. And a couple of the coaches are pointing that way. This looks like it's going to move the chains. I think we may have had offsides. That's the call, and that's going to move it 5 yards and give Hallsville a first down. What a break there, because Hallsville was going to punt that ball away.
Yeah, mind-blowing there. The defense falters there, and like you said, yeah, Hallsville was going to punt it. Eldon defense get off 3 and out. Would have been great for them to stop this dominant offense in Hallsville with a 3 and out early, but they jump like that. Very uncanny mistake there, and now Hallsville keeps the drive going here.
1st down and 10, pistol set and run right. Fowler breaks tackle the line of scrimmage and now powers his way up across midfield and then down to the 46 of Eldon. He was hit right away and then kept the legs churning. So that should get him about 9 yards or so. Get rule at 8. 2nd down and 2 upcoming. Nice run there by Fowler.
Yeah, great run by Fowler, and Hallsville just doing what they need to do. The run is working. Keep it going and just keep running the football. They are just breaking through this wall, this front 4 of Eldon's defense, and they are having no penetration in stopping Fowler.
Pistol set, 2nd and 2. Nichols will give it to Fowler left side. He's hit at the line, but I think he's going to get close to the first down. Depends on the spot. Needed to get to the 44-yard line. And it looks like on the near side, Judge, they're going to mark him at the 45. So just a gain of 1, just 1 more yard to go here on 3rd and 1 upcoming. An extra offensive lineman comes into the game here for Hallsville as Zach Jure leaves the play, and number 66, Tyson Perigo, will come in to block. So it looks like jumbo package. Landon Severs and Isaac Stinson are still in the play at wide receiver, but you would assume with so many men in to block, you have 6 offensive linemen, a tight end, and Stinson. You would guess that this is a run. It's pistol set, 3rd and 1. It's going to be a give up the middle. Fowler's got the first down and then drives his way down to about the 41 of Eldon. So he gets 4. He only needed 1, and that's going to move the chains, and the drive continues.
Yeah, great run by Fowler, picking up the first down. But before he even got the handoff, his offensive line was already, stout, and they already made the hole for him before he even got the ball. And just able to get that first down there was just drawn up perfectly.
Absolutely, and I'll get to one thing about that in a second. Nichols shotgun snap. He's going to give it Fowler running right side. He's got a hold 35-30. He's inside the 25 and then falls ahead near the 20. Flag thrown at the end of the play by the back judge, so we'll see who it's called on. It was not called initially, so you would assume it's not holding on the offensive line, but it could be holding on a receiver downfield. and it looks like it's going to be holding on Hallsville, so back them up. We'll see where they spotted. It was 1st and 10 from the 40. Now everyone's moving back. Wanted to say a moment ago on that 3rd down and 1 run to the left side, DJ Larkin over there at left tackle created a big lane there, and that's important because Larkin was not in the lineup last week, missed last week's game, and now he's back to play not only left tackle but defensive end, and had a big role to move the chains, and had another big run right there by Fowler, but it gets called back on the holding call. And it looks like they're just going to snap it from the same spot. So it must have been well into the play. And based on where they called it, it's just going to be 1st and 10 again from about the 40-yard line. Interesting call there. So Hallsville loses out on what would have been a 15-plus run. Nichols all alone in the shotgun. He's got Fowler blocking. He's going to run up the middle, 35-30. He's got room, spins inside the 25, and gets near the 24-yard line. So essentially the same run we saw a moment ago, but this time it's Nichols, and Hallsville is on the move.
Yeah, great quarterback read option there and run right up the middle by Nichols. And again, he saw all green grass, offensive line, opened up a hole, and that was a big hole, and he exploited it and got the 1st down and more. What a run by Nichols.
1st and 10 from the 24. 7 men into block, and strong to the right side, and they're going to run counter that. Fowler to the left, but he is hit in the backfield, gets dragged down by Eric Krantz, who came screaming through the left side of the line. That'll be a loss of a couple yards. Loses 2, 2nd and 12 upcoming.
Yeah, great tackle by Eric Krantz, the linebacker, 212-pound sophomore. Great read there by him to come up and get to Fowler and take him down.
Krantz is averaging 4.3 tackles per game, so give him 1 right there. And it looks like Hallsville is still going to go heavy set. Just 2 wide receivers in the game. That's Isaac Stinson and Landon Sievers. Fowler will go up and block on the left side of the line. Now comes into the backfield, and Colton Nichols will keep it running left, spins out of a tackle, but then falls ahead to about the 25. If he's lucky, he'll gain a yard, but I think they're just going to rule he got back to the line of scrimmage as a couple Eldon defenders got in there to make the play, and it's going to be 3rd and long upcoming.
Yeah, Zach Smith's son was the first one to, read that quarterback option fake to Fowler, and then Nichols took it. Great tackle by him to read that for Eldon.
Well, it was an interesting play design because coming from the left side of the offensive line was Fowler to fake the handoff, but then Nichols just kept it himself. Fowler will leave the game before this 3rd down and 10 play upcoming. Abel Finish, the running back, is in, standing to the left of Nichols. Shotgun snap. It's going to be faked to El Finish. Nichols looking left side all the way. He's got all day. Now throws end zone, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Returned out to the 10, 15-yard line. The cornerback, Devin Wardenberg, jumped in front of the pass intended for Isaac Stinson on the post. And now bringing it back out to his own 16-yard line will be Wardenberg. He makes the big play to end Hallsville's first drive of the game.
Yeah, great pick by the senior and a buzzkill, drive kill for Hallsville, that's for sure. They were driving, had an opportunity there. The pass by Nichols just behind the wide receiver as he threw it into the end zone. And, yeah, he just threw it behind the wide receiver, didn't give his receiver any shot at it. Great play by Devin Wardenberg, the senior, to pick that one off. And now Eldon offense is in business.
So here comes the Mustangs' own 16-yard line, and Heath is in shotgun formation. But before the play can even start, there's a flag on the play, and it looks to be false start, which would back the Mustangs up 5 yards. Nope, it's actually offsides on the defense, so move the Mustangs 5 yards in the right direction. Not a good last couple of plays here for the Indians.
Yeah, and especially on the road, the Indians got to find a way to counter after that turnover, and hopefully the defense can get a quick stop here and find a way to stop this Eldon offense and get them off the field.
We're about halfway through the first quarter. Hallsville went on a long drive and was nearing the red zone of Eldon, but Colton Nichols just threw his 4th interception of the season. Shotgun snap for Heath. He's running right side all the way, turns to the field to 15, then powers his way across the 20. Looks like he's going to get to about the 23, 24-yard line. Short gain, but it was only 1st and 5 on the play, so it'll bring up 2nd and 2.
Yeah, good little run there by Heath, bouncing it to the outside and getting about 3 yards.
So far, Heath on the season has 3 rushing touchdowns, so certainly a threat to go with his legs. Right here, that's a jumbo set, extra offensive lineman in on the right side. It's going to be a run right side, and it's going to be Shepard who angles out of bounds and stays up the sideline, nears the 31-yard line. Looks like they say he went out of bounds at the 32, but regardless, it moves the chains, picks up 8. And off and running now on their first drive of the game is Eldon.
Yeah, good run there by Shepard, bouncing it to the outside and along the sideline as Eldon gets their first down of the game.
So this one started at their own 16 for Eldon. They're up to their own 33 thanks to a couple of runs and an offside penalty. Now shotgun snap once again. Wardenberg, who just had the interception in at wide receiver near sideline. He's going to drop back. It's a screen to Wardenberg, 30-yard line. Angles left side, 35. Breaks tackle up to the 40 and then spins his way to about the 41-42 where he will go out of bounds. He was net initially by Braden Nichols. Was able to shake off him before Cale Nichols and company came over to help make the play.
Yeah, Wardenberg already doing it defensively, and now they're giving him the ball offensively. Great catch there. Good screen design there by Eldon's offensive coordinator, and to pick up 9 there on that first down play.
So now it's going to be a 2nd down and 1 after the screen pass. A lot of men on the left side of the field, but it's going to be a run right side. Shepard's got a whole lot of room across the 50, 45-40, breaks tackle, still running 35-30, and no one will catch him. He's going to go all the way, 58-yard rushing touchdown for Christopher Shepard, and Eldon makes it look easy on their first drive of the game. They're now up 6-0 with 5 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, what a run by Shepard, and that Mustang was gone, and there was no way anyone was going to catch him. He turned on the jets. And my goodness, what a run there by Shepard, 58 yards to the house. Good start for Eldon.
So Eldon makes their money worth on the drive through the ground thanks to a run by Heese and then a couple more by Shepard. And that's actually not going to count. We weren't even paying attention. There was a hold on the offense, so bring it all the way back. That flag must have came in very late. It was late because it was after Shepard had crossed midfield, so it must have been into the secondary. So it is a first down, but, man, that is absolutely huge to call that back.
Yeah, that is huge for sure, especially for Shepard's sake. Bounced that one into the end zone after a 58-yard run. But Eldon's still driving here. Let's see what they can do just on the other side of the 50 on Hallsville's 45.
Hallsville's 45-yard line going in motion and getting the carry will be Zach Smithen. He's running right side, 40-yard line, dives ahead to about the 37 of Hallsville. So on that run a moment ago by Shepard, he gets credit for the first down, and then the holding call came in the secondary as blockers were moving upfield. So the flag did come in late, and that's why we did not see it. And for Hallsville's sake, Eldon still has the football, but it wipes 6 points off the board for now. Run of 8 yards on first down by Zach Smithson, who came in motion. Just one completion on this drive. That was a Devin Wardenberg screen. Now is going to be a run right side. Shepard is hit in the backfield, and he's dropped down. He's going to maybe even lose 2 yards on the play. Looks like he's going to be a loss of 2 right there. There's a couple different men, including Xavier Stinson, who are in the backfield to make the tackle, and it's going to be 3rd down and 5 upcoming. Nice play by the Hallsville defensive line right there.
Yeah, great pursuit by that Hallsville defensive line, and a swarm of Indians able to come up with the tackle on Shepard. And now 3rd down and 5. Let's see if this defense can hold Eldon and force a punt.
Well, it's 3rd down and 5, scoreboard says, but it's actually closer to 3rd down and 4. Eldon just needs to get to the 35. They're at the 39. He's in the shotgun. He's going to go screen right side all the way, and then making the catch, getting to the first down, and then out of bounds will be Devin Wardenberg. That's his 2nd catch of the drive. He gets to about the 33 of Hallsville, and nicely done right there on the quick screen pass to move the chains for Wardenberg.
Yeah, another great quick screen pass there by Heese to Wardenberg. Drive is still alive for the Mustangs.
So Eldon has 1 touchdown wiped off the board on this drive, but they're still moving. 3 wide receivers in on the play, including 2 near side in Wardenberg and Smithson. He's takes snap. He's going to give right up the middle, and then met immediately at the line of scrimmage is the running back for Eldon. That was Andrew Beeland who got the carry, and he actually lost the yard on the play. 2nd and 11 upcoming.
Yeah, Andrew Beeland just saw a swarm of Indians right there. They read that, and they got to the gap in a hurry, and they got to him. And like you said, Ben, loss of 1 there, going to be 2nd down and 11 for Eldon.
So nice penetration there by the defensive line of Hallsville to keep Beanland getting his first carry of the game from really having a whole lot to work with. And now they're going to go shotgun set. Extra man in to block on the right side of the line of scrimmage. Heese will stand at his 40-yard line, take the snap, give Beeland right side, shakes and bakes his way to about the 31-yard line. So doesn't pick up a whole lot, but he does get 4 and makes a much more manageable 3rd down and about 7 or so upcoming.
Yeah, nice little shimmy shake there by Andrew Beeland right there. Looked like he was going to be stopped in the backfield, made that nice little shimmy shake cut and turned it upfield and was able to pick up 5 yards there on second down.
So 3rd down and 11 here in just a moment. Breaking the huddle now is the Eldon offense. Looks to be 2 wide receivers far right side. And Shepard is back in the game at running back. Heath will stand at his own 36-yard line. Going in motion is Smithson, and I don't think everyone is set. Referee throws the flag before the snap. We'll see what the call is. It's either going to make it 3rd and 1 or back Eldon up to a 3rd down and long, depending on who this is against. And it is against Eldon. Looks to be a false start as they try to bring Smithson in motion. And that's huge for Hallsville because it now means 3rd and 11 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, that's going to back the Mustangs up. Now 3rd down and 11. And Ben, great call. You called that before the refs even had the penalty out there on the field.
Well, it was just a wonky start to the play. I think when he's called for the runner or the receiver Smithson in motion, you could kind of tell that not everyone really knew what was going on. We'll see if they run something similar. It's 3rd and 12, 2-minute mark of the first quarter. No score in this one, Eldon and Hallsville. Heath is going to take the shotgun snap. He's looking right side. He's got plenty of time. Will now step up, throwing far sideline for Smithson, and it goes in and out of his hands, incomplete. Heath looks like he kind of put that ball on the money, but it goes out of the hands of Smithson. Pretty good coverage there by Weston Grant. And a 4th down and 12 upcoming. Hallsville, nice defensive stand.
Yeah, great defensive stand by the Hallsville Indians, and especially Weston Grant there breaking it up. Was a great pass there by Heath, but not able to be, brought down by his wide receiver, Weston Grant, there to say, no. This drive is soured, and you're giving us the ball back.
So 4th down and 12 at the 37-yard line of Hallsville for Eldon. Looks like they're going to go unless they change into a late punt here. He's going to take the snap. They're going to go rolling left all the way. He's not going to play it. He throws for Smithson, and he's got the 1st down out of bounds at about the 20-yard line. He needed to get to about the 25, and a perfectly executed there play by Eldon as Smithson came wide open for his first catch of the game, and that's a backbreaker there for Hallsville.
Yeah, great catch there by Smithson, and what a throw by Heath. There to find him on 4th down and 12. We thought they were going to punt it, but no. What a play. What a catch by Smithson. And the Mustangs keep the drive going.
It was designed a rollout play, and Smithson just came free along the sideline, gets to the 20-yard line. So Eldon is on the move. It's going to be a run right side. Shepard angles up the field, 20-yard line, 15. He's got blockers, 10, 5. He is in untouched on a 20-yard rushing touchdown, and he had a rushing touchdown wiped off earlier, but he gets it back here as he takes this one in from 20 pretty easily. Eldon up 6-0 as this one will count.
Yeah, he definitely wanted that one back after it got called back, that 58-yarder. But he gets it there with a 20-yard touchdown. What a run there by Shepard. Great blocking by the offensive line of Eldon. Great start for the home team. And Hallsville now down 6-0. They got to find a way to bounce back and get something going on offense.
And to kick the extra point for Eldon in just a moment will be Zach Smithson, who had the 4th down catch, and he slips while going to kick it. Doesn't even get it to the crossbar, so that's going to be no good. We've seen no conversions for Hallsville affect them a couple times this season, so we'll see if that comes back to hurt Eldon as Smithson fell down. Hallsville offense coming back out onto the field in just a moment, trailing 6-0 when we return on the Show Me Sports Network.
At Hallsville School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Join Hallsville School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit hallsville.org and click on the employment link under Our District tab.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Back just in time for the Eldon kickoff. It's brought into the 10, angling 15, 20-yard line, now right side, and spinning out of a tackle at the 25, then out of bounds at about the 29, 30-yard line. Didn't even get the time to tell you it was Aiden Lampkins, because we came screaming out of the break into that kickoff. But nicely done there by Lampkins to break a couple tackles and give Hallsville some decent starting field position on their second drive of the game.
Yeah, it looked like Lampkins spun himself into trouble there on that kickoff return, but then he spun himself right out of it. Great breaking of the tackle there and able to pick up a couple more yards, in which he did in 5. So great field position here for the Indians on their own 30.
70 yards to go for Hallsville, trailing 6-0. Ben Schmidt, Justin Kraft here on the Show Me Sports Network. Having a great time calling it as always. 1st and 10, left side Fowler. He's got room 35-40, and he's up across the 45-yard line. So that's going to go down as a 16-yard run for Fowler, and he's off and running here early in this one. Hallsville on the move up near midfield.
Yeah, Fowler, he is a sledgehammer right now, and he's just breaking through that wall. There really isn't a wall because of how big of a sledgehammer Fowler has been, and he just ran that one right up the gut, and what a run of 16 yards and a first down.
Winding down towards a minute to go in the first quarter. Hallsville down 6-0. This is their second drive. They were moving the ball well in the first one before Nichols threw an interception to Wardenberg, his 4th of the season. Empty set. Nichols is going to run to his right side, 45, 50-yard line, and then falls ahead to about the 44. I thought for a moment he was going to get loose there, but that hole closed quickly. And as soon as we emerge from this dog pile, try and see who made that tackle. And it looks to be number 8, Michael Rugen. He's averaging over 5 tackles a game. He's already got 2 here in the first quarter. Nice work there to bring down Nichols just to run a 4 on first down.
Yeah, great tackle by Rugen, because it looked like, for a sec, like we said, Nichols was going to break free and get into the secondary for even more yardage there on that quarterback keeper, and just wasn't able to get through Rugen.
Probably the last play of the first quarter right here. Hallsville right at midfield, 50-yard line. Nichols is going to give Fowler left side, 50-yard line, 45, breaks tackle, 40, and then falls ahead, still driving the legs to the 30, pushes a blocker out of the way and is tackled at the 27-yard line. Isaac Stinson took a stiff arm from his own running back, pushing him ahead, as Fowler was an absolute bowling ball on that play. Big gain right there at 24 yards.
Yeah, great run there by Fowler, and even knocked over one of his own bowling pins, and was it Stinson? Right?
Yes, Isaac Stinson, the receiver.
But what a run there by Fowler, just to keep his legs turning and be that bowling ball, and he just busted right through all the bowling pins in that Eldon defense. And again, Hallsville is in business. Let's see if they're going to be able to find a way to put a touchdown on the board, and they just got to be smart with the football. Last time they were here, Nichols did throw that pick, so hopefully they can capitalize here just outside of the red zone on the 26-yard line of Eldon.
So end of the first quarter, so we'll switch sides of the field. Hallsville 26 yards away from tying this thing up at 6 or taking the lead. We'll see how this drive continues when we return in just a moment on the Show Me Sports Network.
Attention Indians fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Hallsville by becoming a member of the Hallsville Athletic Boosters. Your gifts help provide all Hallsville athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Hallsville Athletic Boosters this season for as little as $25. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Hallsville Athletic Boosters, or email them at hallsvilleathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Indians!
Welcome back on the Show Me Sports Network. Ben Schmidt, Justin Kraft here on a really nice night for football in Eldon, Missouri. I think you and I could not be any happier with the weather we've got right now. It's football weather, that's for sure. And Hallsville looking to move the football into the end zone. 1st down and 10 from the 26-yard line of Eldon. Pistol formation. Nichols got Fowler behind him, and that's going to be a false start on Fowler. He was moving before the snap was made, and this should move Hallsville back 5 yards.
Yeah, it's going to be a false start, and Fowler was the Indian in trouble there that picked up the penalty. He was just really eager to get the football there because he knew if he got through that first, front 4 of that Eldon defense, he was going to, be breaking free and possibly in the end zone.
Yeah, that was going to be a run to him off the left side of the offensive line, and he was leaning forward about a second before the snap was made. So we'll see. Now maybe you just give him the ball and pick up all 15 and get him right back out of trouble. We'll see, though. 2 wide receivers on the play for Hallsville it's the usual culprits, Landon Sievers and Isaac Stinson. Haven't seen a whole lot of Lampkins at receivers so far in this game. Xavier Stinson, the tight end, into block. He now motions into the backfield. Nichols going to keep it running right side. 30-yard line, breaks a couple tackles and falls ahead to about the 27. It'll be a short gain as the pocket broke down quickly. 2nd and long upcoming.
Yeah, nice little run there by Nichols to get it to 2nd down and manageable. See what they can do here. 2nd down and 12.
Hallsville has gone jumbo packages for most of this game so far. Don't believe we've seen 1 3-wide receiver set so far. I can recall one where it was Sievers, Stinson, and Zach Jure in at receivers. But outside of that, it's been a whole lot of the heavy stuff. It's going to be that again right here. Nichols 2nd and 12, Fowler right behind him. Nichols going to drop back and throw. He's looking Sievers all the way. He's going to pump. Now lofts his way to the end zone. Sievers can't make the catch, just over the diving play. If that hits him in the hands, that's that's a big touchdown right there for Hallsville, but it just sailed over his head as he had to look over his other shoulder.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. It just sailed over his head. What a ball by Nichols to just get it there over the defender, and it looked like Lampkins kind of stopped there. He could have, probably ran a little bit more and been able to catch it, but just over the head and not able to come down with it in the end zone.
Would have been a 28-yard touchdown had the connection been made, as Sievers ran a double move on Devin Hardy, the sophomore corner, and got behind him. And with 3rd down and 12 upcoming here, Hallsville's going to call a timeout. Looks like they had a little bit of trouble figuring out what they wanted to run there. So Hallsville burns their first time out of the game. And Justin, this is kind of when we've seen Hallsville's offense thrive. Out of these timeouts, need a 1st down right here to keep this drive alive. And I would expect we're going to get one of Conyers' best calls here in a moment.
Yeah, Conyers is definitely dialing up a play call, and he's definitely, putting together his best package to get the job done. And what he's probably telling his guys, too, is, hey, we just got to get the 1st down right here. If we do got something deep, then exploit it, but just be smart.
I would not be shocked if we see a designed rollout here maybe. Looks like Zach Jure is coming into the huddle, which tells me we may see a 3-wide receiver set. Haven't seen a whole lot of that so far, but it feels like Hallsville's had some success when you get Nichols out of the pocket, and maybe it's something where he rolls to his left and you put a receiver on a 12-yard out route right at the sticks. Maybe something along those lines. It worked perfectly for Eldon on their last drive, but 3 wide receivers are coming back out onto the field for this play. It is Sievers, Jure, and Isaac Stinson far side. And then it looks like 6 men into block if you include Xavier Stinson, the tight end he's used as a blocker so much. All right, here we go. 11:13 to go in the first half. Hallsville down 6-0, 3rd down and 12. Fowler is going to get the handoff. It's a run. No, it's actually Nichols running at the 20, 15, 10, and he is going to fall near the end zone. Did he get in? It's very close, and it looks like he's going to be marked short, but regardless, it'll be 1st and goal for Hallsville from the 1. Nichols was off and running.
Yeah, what a run, and way to turn it upfield was Colton Nichols, and it looked like Harrison Fowler had the ball at first and totally deceived the whole entire defense. They were looking at Fowler, and then they're like, oh my gosh, Nichols has it, and Nichols almost able to lay out and get the touchdown with the ball breaking the plane.
Gutsy play call right there on 3rd and 12 to go the QB keeper, but it works to perfection. And like you said, Nichols just a yard away from scoring. So you would figure this now 1st and goal from the 1 is Harrison Fowler territory. It's going to be kept by Nichols, and he will go into the end zone untouched. And Hallsville is not at the game at 6 with 10:30 to go in the first half on a beautiful 70-yard drive capped off by a couple Colton Nichols rushes. And that will go down as his 12th rushing touchdown of the season.
Yep, Colton Nichols drops another one in the bank, his first nickel dropped in the bank here today, and what a job by him. And again, deception of Fowler going to the outside. Everyone looked at him, went that way. End zone wide open, just walked it right in for Nichols. Great answer for Hallsville.
6-6, Hallsville going for 2. Nichols going to keep it again. He's going to make a couple moves, and Hallsville's got the lead. Almost the same play it looked like as the touchdown. Hallsville runs it for 2, and it could not have worked any better. Hallsville now up 8-6, and will kick the ball off to Eldon in just a moment. So a successful drive there for Hallsville on their 2nd of the game. They've got the lead. We'll see what the Mustangs can do on offense when we return on the Show Me Sports Network in just a moment.
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Back on the Show Me Sports Network, Hallsville just going 70 yards to not only tie the game, but then take the lead on the two-point conversion, both of them with Colton Nichols dancing his way into the end zone. And now here we go, Eldon coming back out on the field for their second offensive drive of the game after they go 84 yards and cap it off with a Christopher Shepard rushing touchdown. Here's the kick, brought in at the 15-yard line, up to the 20-25-yard line, and then spinning out of the tackle 30 and up to about the 35, where the returner will finally be brought down. Nice work there by the Mustangs, and they'll start at their own 35-yard line. So 84 yards on the first drive of the game for Eldon. We'll see if the Hallsville defense has something better in store this time. They got Eldon into a 4th down and 12, but they converted and then ended up picking up the 6 points.
Yeah, great second drive there for Hallsville, and now have the lead. Great answer.
Shotgun set. We saw the quarterback Hunter Heese in the shotgun for most of that first drive. He's in it to start it right here from their own 35-yard line. It's going to be a run left, breaking tackle, ball's on the ground. Hallsville might have it, put in the right way, referees, and Hallsville does have it. Abe Elfanish came out with that football, and it's put on the turf for the first drive of Eldon, first play of the drive by Eldon. An excellent swing of momentum right there for Hallsville.
Yeah, big mistake there by Eldon. Put the ball on the turf, and then Hallsville able to jump on it. Great job by Abe Elfanish. And what a job by this defense. And they give the ball right back to Colton Nichols in this offense. In great field position on Eldon's 33-yard line and looking to, extend this lead.
So Hallsville will start at the 33-yard line of Eldon. Best starting field position of the day, and we'll see what Nichols has in store. Trips left and a bunch set for Hallsville. Nichols going to run left. It looks like the QB option is going to keep it 30-yard line. Spins up to about the 26, where he's met by a couple Eldon linebackers. Took on Eric Krantz along with Michael Rugen on the play. Both of them get in on the tackle. So it'll be a short gain of about 5 yards on the play. So it makes a much more manageable second down here in a moment.
Yeah, definitely a much more manageable second down here for the Indians. We will see what Coach Justin Conyers is going to be dialing up here on this second down and 5, just outside of the red zone are the Indians.
Pistol set. It's essentially the same formation, but flipped as the Trips wide receivers are far side. Harrison Fowler run left side, 25, falls ahead to about the 24-23. Needed to get to the 23, so he's right at that mark, and I think he's going to be about a yard short. It'll bring up a third down for Hallsville.
Yeah, you're right, Ben. He's just short. They're actually going to say it's going to be 3rd down and 2. So we will see if Colton Nichols will take it here on 3rd down for a little quarterback option, or even give the ball to Fowler and let him take the workload like he's been doing all game.
Hallsville needs about 1.5 yards, leading 8-6-9 to go in the first half. It's going to be a give. Fowler left side. He's got the first down, 20. Angles left side, 15, 10. He's up the sideline, and it's dragged down inside the 5, down to the 4 as he tiptoed his way up that sideline. And that should go as a run of about 20 yards on 3rd and 1 for Harrison Fowler. He's had a great first half, and Hallsville's knocking on the door again.
Yeah, smart. Great play call there. Get the ball to Fowler, and he definitely can pick up 2 yards. That's nothing in his concern, and especially what Justin Conyers was thinking. What a run there. And now at the 3-yard line, looking to punch it in again.
1st and goal from the 3. Hallsville already up 2. Pistol set. Nichols is going to take the shotgun snap, give it Fowler up the middle, and he powers his way across the goal line. Touchdown Hallsville, as in just a couple minutes, the Indians have gone in 2 different times on the ground. They now lead 14-6 with a chance for more on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, great run there from Fowler, and he was in the end zone right away when he got the football. And what a job by this Hallsville Indians team, both sides of the ball. after going down early 6-0, they have responded here in the second quarter, and now they are up 14-6 and looking to go for 2 here, Ben.
This could be big because it would mean Hallsville would be leading by 2 scores. 8:35 to go in the first half. Hallsville shotgun formation. Nichols going to pitch left side. Fowler's got work to do. He's going to go into the end zone as he made a couple nice cuts right there. There were men all in his face as soon as he got the football, but he dances his way in, and Hallsville now up 16-6. And Hallsville goes touchdown, fumble recovery, touchdown in the blink of an eye. And when we come back in just a moment, Eldon out for the third drive of the game. And when we return on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
Back on the Show Me Sports Network, Ben Schmidt, Justin Kraft. Hallsville leading 16-0 after they have scored 16 straight after falling behind 6-0. It's been all Indians over the last couple drives. They just kicked off a moment ago, and Eldon will start from their own 33-yard line on their third drive of the game. They've gone touchdown on a 20-yard rush by Shepard and then a fumble on their last drive. 2 wide receivers far side of the field, and running back Shepard into the left of Hunter Heese. The quarterback, he is going to go screen pass far side to Wardenberg, makes a catch 35-40, and then powers his way about a yard across the first down marker, so should go of a gain of about 10 or 11 right there. And that looks to be enough to move the chains. Third catch of the game for Wardenberg. All 3 on screens.
Yeah, let's see how Eldon responds here. Now down 16-6. And He's got to find a way to drive this offense down the field and put a touchdown on the board. And they definitely don't want to give the ball back to this Hallsville offense that's been so great so far.
First down and 10 from their own 44-yard line, strong right, and it's going to be a run that way to Shepard, who gets across the 45 and then falls ahead to about the 47, so it should be a short gain there on first down, bring up about a 2nd and 7. Couldn't exactly see who was in on the tackle, but it looks like Abel Fanish, who came down from his linebacker spot to make that tackle. He recovered the fumble on their last drive, so now it'll be 2nd down and 7. There is a man down on the field for Hallsville. He's going to be attended to, and while they do that, we're going to step aside for just a moment. Hallsville up 16-6, but Eldon nearing midfield on their third drive of the game. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
Back in Eldon for Mustangs versus Indians. 2nd down and 7 after the short run. Let you know about the injury in just a moment. Heese is in the shotgun. He's got Shepard line up on his right side. It's going to be a run from right to left, 45-50. Shepard's got room, breaks a tackle, and gets right to that first down marker. It'll be close. He either got 6 or 7 on the play. Just a moment ago was Cooper Rhodes, the defensive lineman, who came up limping after the play. He was able to walk off the field under his own power, so hopefully he is all right currently on the sidelines. Ruled that Shepard got 6 on that play, so 3rd down and 1 now into Hallsville territory is Eldon on his 3rd drive of the game. Big here because Eldon also gets the ball to start the second half. So if Eldon goes on a decent drive here and drains a lot of clock, they could double dip and jump back out in front if everything goes well. 3rd and 1, shotgun set for Heese. Wide receiver going in motion. Smithson's going to get it, running right side. Angles 45-40. He's got room. Breaks tackle 35. He's out of bounds inside the 30-yard line, dragged down at about the 28. So that'll be just about 20 yards for Smithson, who came in motion and easily picks up the first down and more for the Mustangs.
Yeah, good end-around run there by Smithson and able to pick up the first down and more. And Eldon is driving here. And like you were saying, Ben, they can find a way to put points on the scoreboard here, use that clock, and then they will be able to get the ball back to start the second half.
Under 7 minutes to go in the second quarter. Now at the 28-yard line of Hallsville is Eldon. As usual, he's in the shotgun. It's going to be run to Shepard left side, but he's hit before he can barely get across the line of scrimmage. That'll go down as no gain, as Shepard had a little room to work with. Nice work by a couple of men there. Looked to be led by DJ Larkin, but also in on the tackle was Jaden Walters.
Yeah, great job by DJ Larkin and Jaden Walters there, able to get to Shepard, and that hole closed in a hurry, and they were able to get to him. And he was not able to pick up any yards there on first down with Shepard.
So 2nd down and 10. It's a gain of nothing. It's been all runs so far this drive, including one end around for Eldon. Now they've got bunch set to the right side. Going in motion will be Smithson. He's going to get the end around. Left side tries angle upfield at the 25-yard line and falls ahead inside of the 25. Looks like he picked up about 5, and it'll make it a much more manageable 3rd down as Smithson got his 2nd end-around carry of the drive. Had to do a little dancing for it, but he picks up 6.
Yeah, good little end-around run there by Smithson. And right now, the clock is ticking. Eldon's using that clock. Let's see if they can find a way to put 7 on the board and get right back in this game.
So 3rd down and 4, 5.5 to go in the first half. And a whole lot of men in there to block on the line of scrimmage. Just one wide receiver far side. Everyone else is bunched up near the right side of the line of scrimmage. Smithson in motion. It's a give to Shepard. Goes up the middle, and it's going to be close whether he got there. I think he was kept short. Maybe picks up about a yard on the play. Looks like they're going to give him 2, which will bring up a 4th down and 2. And now what does Eldon call just outside of the red zone? With about 5 minutes to go in the first half after Shepard was stuffed. Nice swarming to the football there by the Hallsville defensive line.
Yeah, great job by the Hallsville defensive line. This would be a big stand if they can find a way to stall the Mustangs.
Abel Fanous, the linebacker, was calling for some of the Hallsville fans that are on the road to get loud before this 4th down and 2. He's in the gun. He's got Shepard. It's going to be a screen pass left side. It's caught, and then getting tackled right at the marker. This is going to be close. I think that was Wardenberg who made the catch, and he was right there, and I do not think he got that first down. They're going to rule him short, and Eldon is turned away on the screen pass, 4th and 2, and here comes the Hallsville offense back out on the field.
Yeah, great stand by this Hallsville Indians defense. What a job to stop Eldon just outside the red zone, looking to put points up on the board before the end of this half, and now Colton Nichols and this offense of Hallsville is trotting on out there, and they have 4:45 left here in the second quarter to go down the field and put more points on the board and expand this lead.
So Hallsville will start from their own 20-yard line after the screen pass is turned away on 4th and 2. It's going to be a fake pitch. Nichols had to break a tackle. Now goes up to about the 25. That was fine work there by Nichols just to turn that into a 5-yard gain. So 2nd and 5 upcoming. I believe it was Wardenberg who made that catch far side on the 4th down screen. He's had 4 catches in this first half, all 4 on screens, and that was the only one that didn't work so far, as we've seen Wardenberg with the screens and Smithson with the end around. Hallsville turns away Eldon as they have now turned over the football on their last 2 drives. We'll see if Hallsville can make this a 3-score game with a long drive here nearing the end of the first half. Pistol set, trips wide receiver on the left side. Now Fowler motioned out to that left side. It's a screen pass to Fowler, 25-yard line. He's got space, 30-35. He goes across the 35-yard line up to about the 37. That's the first down for Hallsville, and they look just as crisp as ever on offense with 4 to go in the first half.
Yeah, another great run by Fowler, and he just keeps it going. They just have not had an answer for him all night in the Mustangs.
Well, Fowler's been getting north and south. I think that's what one of the best qualities about this running back for Hallsville is that he is turning it upfield, doesn't waste any time. 1st and 10 now, 2 wide receivers near side, 1 far side. Nichols back to throw. He's got a man far side, 45, and up to about the 46. Didn't see that was. That's Zach Jarrett who makes the catch, and that's going to get right up near the first down. Should be 2nd and 1 on a nicely throw there by Nichols out into the flats.
Yeah, good catch by Zach Jarrett there, and picks up 9. Now 2nd down and 1 for the Indians.
I believe that is the first completion of the game for Nichols in this Hallsville offense. They've ran the ball so well, they haven't needed to throw it all that much. But up until that point, when they've tried, they were not successful. 2nd and 1 from their own 46. Nichols running left side. He's going to keep it 45. He breaks a tackle. He's at the 50. He's got space 45. Spins up near the 40. Still going 35-30. There's flags. 20-yard line. 15. Angles left. 10-5. Nichols is in, but will the play count is the question. 2 flags came in on the play in the area of holding. It would be a 54-yard rushing touchdown for Nichols if it stands, but I don't think it's going to.
Yeah, that Hallsville coaching staff not very happy at all. After that penalty was thrown out there on the field, as Colton Nichols shimmied his way and was able to turn on the Jets and bounce it into the end zone, but it looks like this one might be coming back.
It would go down, like I said, as a rushing touchdown of 54 yards for Nichols, who broke a whole lot of tackles on the play, but it appears he may have got some assistance from the blockers on the play. Looks like holding, but now the referee going over to discuss with Coach Conyers of Hallsville, and it is going to be holding on the offense, maybe even an illegal block. Regardless, it was 2nd and 1 before the play, so we'll see where they spot this football. Big touchdown wiped off the board, as now both teams have had a touchdown wiped off on a holding call. There were 2 different penalties on the play. One was declined. Looks like the holding call will be accepted. Now Hallsville backing up. They were at their own 46-yard line, and now they're going to back way up. This could be about a 10-yard penalty, it looks like. Actually, no, it's going to be just a 5-yard penalty. So 2nd and 6 here in just a moment. The offense backed way up. They were actually just going back to discuss the play. Under 3 minutes to go in the first half. 2:55. Hallsville up 16-6, looking to add on. Severs and Xavier Stinson near side. Isaac Stinson and Zach Jarrett at wide receiver on the far side. It's been all rushing so far for Hallsville in this first half. 2nd and 5. Give to Fowler at the middle. 45. Falls ahead to about the 48. He needed to get to the 47, so that should be enough for a first down, as he just goes right up the gut and moves the chains.
Yeah, great run again by Fowler. And he is just breaking through. He is a sledgehammer that is just tearing up that interior wall of Eldon's defense. And again, Hallsville keeps the drive going, and they are just milking the clock here with the lead up 10.
Hallsville trying to make this a 3-score game just before half. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 far side. Pistol formation. Nichols dropping back to pass from his own 49. He's got all day to throw. Now will scramble right side, trying to buy time with his legs. He's going to take off 50-yard line and then fall ahead to about the 47, 46. So after all that, it's going to be just a run of 2 by Nichols, as even though he had all day to throw, that was great coverage on the back end by Eldon.
Yeah, great coverage downfield by Eldon, not giving Nichols any options downfield. And Nichols able to pick up 4 there. So it is going to be 2nd down and 6.
He was at his own 49-yard line, so he gets 4, not 2 on the play. Under 2 minutes now, Hallsville just 1 completion, but the rushing attack has been dominant. It's going to be Give running left side. Fowler, 45. He angles his way up inside the 40, falls ahead to the 38-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 9. That's a first down. Hallsville just keeps on trucking along on the ground, whether it be Nichols or Fowler.
Yeah, we're going to need to see that stat sheet here at the end of the first half, because right now the way Fowler's running the football feels like he might have 100 yards rushing by the time we get to halftime.
He came into this game averaging 99.5 rushing yards per game. Pretty confident after this that average is going to be up in triple digits. 1st and 10, Nichols dropping back. He's got time, shakes a tackle. He's going to step up, throwing downfield. Isaac Stinson makes the catch, and he falls down inside the 5-yard line. Should go of a gain of about 36 yards or so. Maybe closer to 34, but regardless, Nichols put that on the money, and Stinson has got his first catch of the game.
Yeah, what a catch by Stinson. Goes upstairs and comes down with it and able to make the catch down at the 3-yard line. What a job by Nichols, though, stepping up in the pocket, throwing it deep down the field, and put it right in the basket, and Stinson did the rest.
It's a 35-yard catch for Isaac Stinson after Nichols put it just over the leaping hands of the DB, and the coaches for Hallsville could not be more fired up for Stinson. Timeout called on the play by the Eldon defense. They want to discuss before this 1st and goal play from the 3-yard line, and you would figure based on the way the previous 2 drives went that Halden would be looking on some sort of read option on this play upcoming. Minute 17 to go in the first half. Hallsville can really put Eldon in a hole here with a 3rd straight touchdown drive. Both teams currently discussing on their respective sidelines. Hallsville has gone all rushing attack up until that 35-yard ball, which, like you said, Justin, Nichols had to step up in the pocket, and that was not an easy throw to make, and Stinson, even better on the receiving end, had to leap into the air and brings it in. So still a minute 17 to go in the first half. Looks like the timeout is just about wrapped up, and Hallsville just yards away from their 3rd touchdown of the game. 3 wide receivers emerge from the huddle to come in on the play, along with the tight end Xavier Stinson. And here comes the Eldon defense. I think we're all thinking run here, though, on this 1st and goal play.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they go to Harrison Fowler or do the quarterback read, which has been very successful with Colton Nichols. Right now, if you're Eldon, you're backed up on your heels. This is not a good spot to be in right now.
1st and goal from the 3. It's going to be kept by Nichols. Right side, breaks a tackle, 3-yard line, and he's in. Touchdown, Hallsville. Nichols' 2nd rushing touchdown of the half, as one stiff arm there was enough for Cole to make his way into the end zone. It's now 22-6 Hallsville, and the ground attack continues to be working.
Yeah, they fell for it again. They thought Fowler had it. All went Fowler's way, and then Nichols did the rest. Another nickel in the bank. And right now, Hallsville has put up 22 unanswered points since Eldon went up 6-0, and they are going for 2. Let's see if they can get this 2-point conversion and make it an 18-point game.
Looks like exact same formation for Hallsville from the 2-yard line. 2-point conversion. Nichols takes a snap. It's going to be kept. Jump pass goes for Stinson, and it's going to be intercepted by the linebacker of Eldon. Looks like it's Rugen who brings it in, but won't count as interceptions on the 2-point conversion. But regardless, Hallsville is turned away for 2. They do still lead 22-6, and the Hallsville faithful who have made the trip up here to Eldon are letting their team hear it. Quick break here on the Show Me Sports Network. Eldon back out for their last drive of the first half, and we're back in just a moment. Don't go anywhere.
In today's world, injury prevention is at the top of everyone's list. However, heat-related occurrences get routinely overlooked. Zealous WBGT puts that front and center. By using cutting-edge formulas and technology, Zealous WBGT streamlines and simplifies obtaining and documenting wet bulb globe temperature readings. With a simple touch of a button, you can check WBGT anywhere in the world, receiving alerts when the WBGT goes over the threshold you select. Join the stress-free way to protect student-athletes, employees, and overall operations from extreme heat by downloading the free Zealous WBGT app today. Save time, save money, save lives with Zealous WBGT.
Back on the Show Me Sports Network. What a second quarter it has been for Hallsville. They trailed 6-0 after Eldon's first drive, where they went 84 yards. But ever since then, it has been all Indians, 3 rushing touchdowns from 1 yard, and then 2 of them from 3 yards to get to the 3 total. And now they lead 22-6. Kickoff is muffed. Hallsville's got it, and they are going to fall in it at the Mustangs' 30-yard line. Wasn't even paying close attention because it seemed like an easy recovery for the returner of Eldon, and it looks like it's going to be Landon Beanland who coughs it up, and Eldon is in a world of trouble right now as Hallsville offense comes right back out at the 30-yard line of the Mustangs.
Yeah, I have no idea what he was doing right there. It looked like he was playing hot potato, and again, the Mustangs turn the football over, and I know Hallsville is the road team, but right now this Hallsville faithful fans that have shown up here today are just loving it, and they have been the only fans that have been cheering since Eldon scored the opening touchdown. But it has been all Hallsville, and now they get the ball back after a poor execution by the special teams unit of Eldon.
So 30-yard line of Eldon is where Hallsville will start. Four pass catchers in on the play. It's Isaac Stinson near side, Xavier Stinson, and then Severs and Jure far side. Nichols dropping back to pass, steps up in the pocket, buying time now, throws end zone for Severs. It is caught and he's in. There's a flag on the play, so who knows if it counts, but if it stands, that is a 30-yard leap and grab by Landon Severs for the touchdown, and Nichols put it on the money. All indication, though, is that this one probably will not count. We'll see, though, but that was a dime from Nichols.
My gosh, yeah, what a throw by Nichols. What a dime. And did he just get mossed there? Because Landon Sievers coming down with that catch, my goodness. The defensive back did all he could, but Landon Sievers went upstairs and said, let me have it.
That's the second time that Nichols has stepped up in the pocket and put a ball perfectly over a DB, but probably only able to step up in that pocket because he had a little help on the holding. And that is the call, so don't touchdown at back. Hallsville up 5 yards. 1st and 15 from the 35 of Eldon just over a minute to go in the first half, and a long, long way to go. But this quarter has been the Hallsville team that you've been expecting all season. They are at 2-2, so they're not by any stretch of the means a bad start to the season. But this team looks like they are really rolling right now.
No, yeah, they're really locked in.
And 15, Nichols dropping back to pass, all day to throw. Now steps up, throwing to the end zone for Isaac Stinson. It's hanging. Stinson goes up, and I think that falls out of his hands, incomplete. It was essentially a jump ball right there for Stinson and 2 defenders in the area for Eldon. Devin Hardy leading the way at corner. And thankful there that one just falls incomplete because that was a dangerous throw.
Yeah, that was a dangerous throw, and I like the aggressiveness right there on 1st down and 15, trying to get it to Stinson, and almost came down with it. But there was 3 Mustangs in the area of that throw as well, so luckily that one fell incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, the right tackle, Cooper Rhodes, there took his man to the ground, and that's part of what gave Stinson so much time to throw. That was one heck of a block by the right tackle of Hallsville. So now 2nd and 15 at the 35-yard line of Eldon. Shotgun snap for Nichols. It's going to be Give running right side. Fowler trying to turn the corner at the 35, but he's dropped at the 36. Nice tackle there by the defensive lineman of Eldon, and I think that's going to be Dakota Collins who makes that tackle. And now with a 3rd down and long upcoming and 45 seconds to go in the half, Hallsville's going to use a timeout and draw something up here, 3rd and 15.
Yeah, let's see what they can do here. Like you said, Ben, every time Hallsville calls a timeout, they always find a way when Justin Conyers has got the playbook in hand to figure something out and get the 1st down and make this Hallsville faithful fans that are here tonight here in Eldon just go wild.
So both teams meeting up, 3rd down and 15. Last time Hallsville had a 3rd and long, they went with the QB option, and Nichols took it, brought it all the way down inside the 5. Interested to see whether they go a similar run approach here or try to push the ball down the field through the air. Just a couple completions on Nichols' line so far in this first half. Hasn't needed them, though, because the combination of Nichols' legs and Fowler's legs have just been money in the bank for Hallsville so far.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, like you said, if they do run it here. Quarterback read for Colton Nichols, or if they go to Harrison Fowler, in which he has just been dominating that interior front 4 of the Eldon defense, just running right up the gut to set them up, because right now 22-6, 45.5 seconds left here before the half. They're definitely in 2-play territory to go for it on 4th down after this play.
3rd and 15, far side hash. It's play action. Nichols dropping back. He's going to step up, launch into the end zone for Isaac Stinson again. It's going to go up, and it's incomplete. Excellent pass break up there by Devin Wardenberg in the back of the end zone as he was on Stinson like glue. It was a one-on-one shot for Stinson there to try to make the catch, but just good coverage right there, and it's going to be 4th and 15 now.
Yeah, I was just impressed by Nichols to get the throw off there. He got sandwiched by one of the Eldon defenders and just able to get that off and give Stinson a shot at it. Almost came down with it there in the back of the end zone.
Well, interesting decision right now. 4th and 15 for Hallsville. They're at the 35-yard line of Eldon. You could either punt this one away and essentially end the half at 22-6. Maybe if you don't convert this, you give Eldon a chance to get into scoring range. We'll see what Hallsville does. They're going to go design to roll out. Nichols running to his left. He's got to get a throw off 3rd and 15. Throws on the sideline. It's caught. It's at the 25, but it's not going to get the 1st down. Isaac Stinson made the sliding grab for about 10 yards. And I guess really not the worst thing in the world right there, because even though you don't convert with just 30 seconds, now Eldon is way backed up at their own 25-yard line. Perfect throw, just wasn't past the sticks. Nichols had to get it away right there.
Yeah, just nothing Hallsville could have done right there. It was a great catch there by Stinson along the sideline to make that catch, but he was just short of the 1st down marker. And like you said, Ben, only 31.8 seconds left on the clock before halftime. So if you're the defense here of the Indians, don't get beat deep, be smart, and you'll be just fine going into the half up 22-6.
Own 24-yard line. Shepard running left side, and he is met in the backfield by a defender there for Hallsville. Think that was DJ Larkin, as he did not allow Shepard to even get back to the line of scrimmage on the run. And with the clock ticking down, that may just take us to the end of the half. Arguably the best defensive line play we've seen so far, as Larkin shot the gap right there to make the play. Under 10 seconds now, Eldon coming up to the line of scrimmage. We may see one more play left in the half. Hunter Heath dropping back to throw. He's just going to chuck it up far sideline, and it will go out of bounds, and the clock hits 00. So nice defensive stand there by Hallsville to close it out. And overall, one heck of a second quarter for the Indians, as after falling behind 6-0, they'll head into the locker room up 22-6 thanks to 3 rushing touchdowns by the Indians.
Yeah, great second quarter there by the Hallsville Indians, especially being on the road. They took all of the life out of the Eldon Mustangs and their fans here tonight here in Eldon, and really what a second quarter up 22-6 as we are now at the half. We will see if the Hallsville Indians can find a way to keep this momentum and, carry it over into the second half like they did here in the second quarter and keep the Eldon Mustangs on their heels.
So Hallsville at 3-2, Hallsville at 2-2, looking to get to 3-2. Eldon at 3-1, looking to get to 4-1. But a really encouraging first half defensive performance by the Indians, considering they're facing an offense that dropped 75 points just 2 weeks ago. Long way to go, but Hallsville has held them to just 6 tonight. A couple stats for you real quick. Nichols finishes the first half with 2 rushing touchdowns, did throw the 1 interception, but he was dynamic as usual with the legs. Fowler was dominant in the backfield. He rushes for 1 touchdown. Don't have the exact number, but I would guess he's probably pushing 100 rushing yards at this point. He was great in the first half. A couple of stats for Eldon as well. Devin Wardenberg had 1 interception for the Mustangs. He was locked down essentially whenever he was targeted. Hunter Heath, haven't called his name a whole lot because Christopher Shepard has gotten a bunch of the carries, and he did have a 20-yard rushing touchdown. Devin Wardenberg, the leading receiver so far for Eldon, with 4 catches. So 22-6, our score. Hallsville leads this one. They're going to win their second straight after beating Versailles last week. Eldon looking to avoid dropping their second straight after they lost to Osage last Friday. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll continue to recap everything that you just heard on the first half of Hallsville football. We'll be back in just a moment on the Show Me Sports Network.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, way.
At Hallsville School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Join Hallsville School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit hallsville.org and click on the employment link under Our District tab.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. The state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Attention Indians fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Hallsville by becoming a member of the Hallsville Athletic Boosters. Your gifts help provide all Hallsville athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Hallsville Athletic Boosters this season for as little as $25. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Hallsville Athletic Boosters or email them at hallsvilleathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Indians!
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Halftime here on the Show Me Sports Network. Hallsville and Eldon duking it out for about the last hour or so, and now about 15 more minutes till both teams hit the field for the second half. I'll tell you what, Hallsville about a week ago at this time was sitting at 1-2, back-to-back losses, including a really deflating one against Boonville, 59-58. And still one more big half of football to play, but about as good of a last week as you could have asked for Hallsville. The way they beat Versailles last week and the way they look so far tonight. And talked a little bit about this with Coach Conyers in the pregame interview, and you heard him say that these couple games could continue where they're going to go towards the end of the season. This has to be what he was hoping for. In the physicality department, Hallsville looks far and away like a really good football team.
Yeah, I know he's definitely telling his team right now in the locker room, hey, wait to go. Wait to find a way there in the second quarter to just punch them in the mouth and really dictate this, game so far through one half. Or really in that first quarter was all Eldon, went up 6-0, and then in the second quarter was just an offensive score fest for Hallsville. And now they're up 22-6 and kind of just, cut the life out of this, Eldon team and this Eldon crowd. And really, Coach Conyers is not complaining at all. He is very impressed with his team. And like you said, Ben, they are carrying over that momentum in which they did against Versailles last week in the win. And they are definitely doing that here again today against Eldon. And we will see if they can carry that over into the second half against this Mustang squad, because I know Eldon's going to try and find a way to get themselves back in this game and not let, Hallsville punch them in the mouth like they did in that second quarter.
Ben Schmidt, Justin Kraft on the Show Me Sports Network. If you missed what occurred in the first 24 minutes of play, I'll recap it for you real quick. This thing started with Hallsville getting the football, and they were looking good on their first drive of the game. Into Eldon territory, moving the football through the run and through the air. But then Colton Nichols tried to take a shot toward the end zone, and Devin Wardenberg jumped in front of the post route and intercepted. Eldon then went 84 yards on their drive and got in for 6 points thanks to a 20-yard Christopher Shepard rushing touchdown. And early on, this thing was all Mustangs, but ever since then, Hallsville has really gone to work. 3 touchdown drives thanks to a 1-yard rushing touchdown by Colton Nichols, a 3-yard rushing touchdown by Harrison Fowler, and another rushing touchdown for Colton Nichols. This one also from 3 yards. Mixed in there with a couple turnovers for Eldon. It was a fumble recovered by Abel Finish as Shepard put it on the ground. Turnover on downs, and then another fumble for Eldon as they fumbled on the kickoff, as the returner for Eldon, Landon Beanland, just couldn't hang on to the football. So a sloppy second quarter for Eldon led Hallsville to take advantage, and they're now in the locker room up 22-6. And hopefully we see the same sort of physicality out of this Hallsville offense in the second half. I would guess that we probably see a little bit more attacking through the air out of this Eldon offense in the second half. Hunter Heese, the quarterback, coming into this game with 8 passing touchdowns and 46% completion percentage, so has been able to throw the ball. And this is his 3rd season as the quarterback for Eldon, so it's not like he's just been thrown into the fire, but they have not given him a whole lot of chance to throw the ball down the field. Zach Smithson had a catch on a 4th down and 12 conversion, but that's about as far as we've seen Heese in this offense throw the ball. Wardenberg has 4 catches, but all 4 of them have been screens. And outside of that, it hasn't been a whole lot. So down 22-6, Eldon needing to make a statement drive to start this 3rd quarter. I would guess we maybe see a little bit more utilization out of the wide receivers here and see Heese maybe push the ball down the field a little more.
Yeah, they definitely need to find a way coming out of the half, to start off this 3rd quarter. They get the ball first, so they got to find a way to get themselves, right back in this game. Yes, they're only down by 16 right now, but that's 3 scores. They need to find a way to really counter with a punch of their own offensively. And like you said, Heese has got to find a way to throw the ball down the field. They really haven't done much. They've been throwing it east and west, and it's been working out, but it really hasn't been, moving the football down the field and really making Hallsville's defense work.
And a big thing for Hallsville, too, is if the biggest bright spot in the first half on offense for Eldon would be Christopher Shepard, the senior running back who's averaging 130 rushing yards per game. Figures at this point to probably get to that mark as he ripped off some big runs, including the 20-yard rushing touchdown, also the 58-yarder called back. He ripped off some big runs, but if Hallsville continues to add to their lead and drain some clock in the second half, Eldon's not going to have the time to feed Shepard the football. They're going to have to work quickly. So to an extent, you kind of take Shepard out of the equation when he's one of the biggest weapons for that Mustang offense. A big, big positive for the Hallsville defense. And I'm sure, once again, they will try to zone in on Shepard and then add to their lead early on and then make Eldon beat them through the air because they have to throw fast.
Yeah, I just want to see, too, what this Eldon defense is going to do. They got punched in the mouth early against Harrison Fowler and Colton Nichols when it comes to running the football. Both of them using their legs and really exploiting this Eldon defense. Will they find a way to really stack the box and keep Harrison Fowler and Colton Nichols in check when it comes to running the football and the run game, and really just see what they can do, because their secondary hasn't been that bad. They haven't really let anything beat them deep. And so let's see if they can find a way to stop the run and make Colton Nichols find a way to beat them with his arm in the second half.
Well, I will say I was impressed with a couple of the throws out of Nichols so far in this ball game, as he does have 6 passing touchdowns, 416 passing yards total through his 3 and some change games coming into this one, and didn't throw the ball a whole lot in this first half because he didn't have to. Running the ball so well, no need to put it through the air, but a couple times Nichols did throw the ball downfield. The 35-yard connection to Isaac Stinson put it right on the money. Then did the exact same thing to Sievers on another 30-plus yard throw where he stepped up in the pocket. That's a throw you have to put some air under because the corner is in front of the receiver there, so you have to get it over the corner. And both times Nichols did that, put it right on the money. Second time it was called back, so it didn't count. But I mean, that's some real improvement there out of a guy who is making his first couple starts of the season to step up in the pocket there and then push the ball downfield. As much as I'd like to think I have a decent arm, I don't know if I could throw it 35 yards on the money like he did. So that's not an easy throw whatsoever, and good for Nichols. If he has to throw the ball a little bit more in the second half, based on what we've seen tonight, I have the confidence that he'll be able to do that.
Oh, yeah, and he's definitely showing, like you said, on those 2 times when he stepped up in the pocket and he capitalized to Lampkins and to Stinson. And there's no question that that ankle is definitely feeling a lot better, and
Absolutely.
he's definitely showing that, and you can definitely take that Band-Aid off of that ankle because it's looking like it's 100%.
Well, we're about 7.5 minutes or so from getting going in the third quarter. Eldon will get the ball to start the second half. They scored on their first drive of the game, have not really sniffed the end zone since. Hallsville looking to keep things rolling on the defensive side. They allowed 6 points on the first drive last week to Versailles. Then the Versailles never saw the end zone again. Maybe a similar fate for this Mustangs team. Hallsville faithful certainly hoping that will happen, as there is a whole lot of purple mixed in throughout this crowd here in Eldon. So as usual, fans making the trip here, and if you're not here but listening with us, thank you so much for spending your Friday on the Show Me Sports Network and continuing to do that. When we get into the second half of football, we're going to step away for another couple minutes, and then when we return, get you ready for the third quarter of action. It'll start with the Hallsville defense when we return on the Show Me Sports Network. Don't go anywhere.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
In today's world, injury prevention is at the top of everyone's list. However, heat-related occurrences get routinely overlooked. Zealous WBGT puts that front and center. By using cutting-edge formulas and technology, Zealous WBGT streamlines and simplifies obtaining and documenting wet bulb globe temperature readings. With a simple touch of a button, you can check WBGT anywhere in the world, receiving alerts when the WBGT goes over the threshold you select. Join the stress-free way to protect student-athletes, employees, and overall operations from extreme heat by downloading the free Zealous WBGT app today. Save time, save money, save lives with Zealous WBGT.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
At the Boone County Journal, we're with you all the way. We know that you're more than just a subscriber. You're an employer, you're a parent, you're a neighbor. Most importantly, you're a community member. It's our goal to provide you with the latest news, sports, opinions, obituaries, classifieds, and more to keep you informed about your community. To find out more about the Boone County Journal or to subscribe, call 573-657-2334 or visit bocojoe.com. The Boone County Journal. We're with you all the way.
At Centurion Cares, for more than 3 decades, their focus has been on exceeding customer expectations for contact center software solutions. Their innovative communication solutions include utility interactive voice response software that allows for smart communication features that let your utility deliver superior customer service 24/7. They also provide other streamlined services like automatic call distribution, automated customer callback, reporting, and quality assurance. To find out more about how Centurion Cares can help your business, call them at 727-421-5300 or look them up online at centurioncares.com. Centurion Cares, innovative communication solutions.
The following public service announcement is brought to you by the Eddie Gaedel Society, Jefferson City Chapter 10, doing little things to make a big difference.
Want to make a big difference in your community? Be kind to others, drive safely, and put litter in its proper place.
Join us in celebrating Eddie Gaedel's historic Major League appearance as a member of the St. Louis Browns by doing something nice for someone today.
Take a walk, Eddie!
At Hallsville School District, our educators do more than just teach. Lives are being shaped for the future before they even enter a classroom. For students to succeed, it takes an entire district-wide team. Join Hallsville School District's team today, now offering competitive salaries and benefits for all positions. Visit hallsville.org and click on the employment link under Our District tab.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. The state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Attention Indians fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Hallsville by becoming a member of the Hallsville Athletic Boosters. Your gifts help provide all Hallsville athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Hallsville Athletic Boosters this season for as little as $25. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Hallsville Athletic Boosters or email them at hallsvilleathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Indians!
Back on the Show Me Sports Network, about a minute or so away from getting the third quarter underway here in Eldon. Ben Schmidt, Justin Kraft on the Show Me Sports Network. We just recapped all of what took place in the first half a couple minutes ago here, and now it looks like we're about ready for the third quarter. We were treated to a whole lot of homecoming festivities in this halftime show while we were away, and I have to say, I think it captivated both of our attention for a little bit, and You were intrigued by the naming of the homecoming king and queen, at least.
Yeah, I was very intrigued. Took me back to those good old days in high school, you know. Homecoming. A lot of fun.
Looks like now they're going to change the clock to about 3 minutes until we kick off the second half. So I guess you and I can jibber-jabber on here for a little bit before we get this thing going. I'll ask you this question. Who is your pick to click in the second half for this Hallsville team? Is it Cole Nichols, the quarterback, a receiver, Harrison Fowler? Who is it? Maybe a defender.
Man, that's really hard because you just named pretty much all three guys that if I could put them all together,
I would.
But no, I'll choose one. I would definitely say Harrison Fowler. I think he's going to kick it into gear, and I don't think Hallsville is going to go away from what they've been doing here in the first half, and that's running the football until Eldon finds a way to counter back and stop it. But I really think they're just going to, especially up 22-6 here, use that clock. They have the lead and just, produce with the sledgehammer and Harrison Fowler and keep breaking through that Eldon Mustangs defensive wall, which has really been non-existent.
Well, Fowler had a big week last week, essentially playing wildcat quarterback for the entire second half. Scored 2 touchdowns, like I mentioned a couple times. Came into the game averaging just a tick under 100 rushing yards per game. And we don't have the live stats here as the game is going on, but just based on the way the first half went, if it's a similar story in the third and fourth quarters, we could be sitting here with Fowler looking at 200-plus rushing yards. He's been that good tonight. Nichols also, who averaged 180 rushing yards per game, is probably going to get near or around that number. And passing yards is probably going to be into double digits unless Hallsville really changes up the playbook in the second half, but can't complain when you're running the ball the way that Hallsville does. On the other side for Eldon, I know we both mentioned this at halftime, but I think at some point we see Heese in the quarterback position attack more down the field throwing the football, because in limited times we've seen them, it looks like Wardenberg and Smithson are athletic players out there, just haven't targeted them down the field yet in this one.
Yeah, we'll see what Heese is going to do here offensively and find a way to push the ball down the field and get it to Wardenberg and Smithson, the two wide receivers that have been, targeted the most by Keys in that first half. Let's see if, they find a way based off their ability to push the ball down the field and give themselves the ability to have a shot at coming back in this game.
Well, we're going to take one last 30-second break on the Show Me Sports Network. When we're back, Eldon to receive the football and start the third quarter here on the Show Me Sports Network. Back to start the third quarter on the Show Me Sports Network. And as we mentioned, it is Eldon starting with the football. Kick is away. And after a very short return, it's going to be brought down at the 33-yard line, and that's where Eldon will start. They've got to go now 67 yards to try and score and get back in this game to start the third quarter. 6 seconds coming off the clock on the kickoff there just a moment ago. And here comes Hunter Heese and the Eldon offense. We'll see what they've got in store. First play run, Shepard left side. He breaks tackle 35 and dragging his way to about the 40, so he'll pick up about 7 yards on the play. That was a nice, tough run there by Shepard. He did have a pretty good first half outside of the fumble. But rushing yards-wise, he was pretty dominant back there out of the backfield.
Yeah, he definitely was, and a good run there again by Shepard, picking up 60 yards there on first down. And let's see what Eldon can do here, because right now they need to capitalize to get themselves right back in this game.
Second down and about 4 yards. Got to the 40-yard line there, so actually closer to 3. Shepard run, he breaks tackle, and then is hit at the line of scrimmage. Flag on the play as well, and so this may be coming back, but Tyson Perigo made the tackle to bring Shepard down right at the line of scrimmage. Nicely done right there. Actually ruled that Shepard got a yard on the play, but we'll see whether the flag moves the Eldon offense back. I think it will. Yep, that's on the offense, so back him up. That's a big call right there. Now it's going to be second down and a little bit longer.
Yeah, that is a big call right there. But what a tackle, like you said, Ben, by Tyson Perigo. And makes the stop, but then the penalty there on the offensive line of Eldon is going to back them up. So let's see what they can do here. Now backed up, second down and about 14.
That's a big call because Eldon was at their own 40, and the referees put it all the way back at their own 28-yard line. So second and 16 after it was second and just about 4 yards to go. Here comes the snap. It's going to be give left side. Shepard, he moves to us to 35, driving his way up near that marker. And it looks like he's going to be brought down at right the 35-yard line. So should be a long way to go, about third down and 9 upcoming. Nice run there to make it from second and 16 to 39, though.
Yeah, great run there by Shepard just to get Eldon back into manageable situation here on third down and 9. Let's see if Eldon and Hees can find a way to find one of his wide receivers down the field, pick up the first down, keep this drive alive.
Own 35-yard line, really need closer to 8 yards. He's dropping back to pass. He's got some time now, rolling right, chucks it for Smithson, and it goes over his head and out of bounds. Really didn't have a whole lot of room to work with, and it wasn't even Smithson he was going for. It was the wide receiver Jalen Beckman, and he just ran out of room along the sideline. And now fourth down and 9, and with a whole lot of substitutions, who knows what Eldon will do right here. Great coverage right there by the Indians.
Yeah, great coverage by the Indians, and that was safety Aiden Siskos-Zodrowski. What a job by him. Great coverage, able to be right on the wide receiver's hip for Eldon right there, and not able to come up with a catch along the sidelines, and not a start for Eldon.
Eldon's going to punt the football away, back deep to receive at about his own 35. It bounces at the 40, then takes a generous bounce for Hallsville, and it looks like those started about their own 38 after the punt. Hallsville forces a 3-and-out to start the second half. Nicely done by the defense.
Yeah, great job by the Hallsville Indians defense. Stops Eldon, makes them go 3-and-out. Not what Eldon wanted there, especially down 22-6. Now you're giving the ball back right away to Colton Nichols in this offense, and they are just going to be looking to trot down the field and keep adding points onto the scoreboard, because right now they are dominating, and they are just looking to keep on doing just that.
So here comes the Hallsville offense. They had 3 rushing touchdowns in the first half. Own 37, first down. Nichols going to give it to Fowler. Actually keeps it himself. Angles outside, 40, 45-yard line. Still spinning his way up past the 50 into Eldon territory. And that'll go as a run of about 15 yards. And Eldon took on just about every Mustang defender he could and powered his way upfield.
Yeah, great run there by Nichols. And again, the run game is killing Eldon. They are just backed up on their heels and just nothing they can do against this 1-2 punch and Nichols and Harrison Fowler when they have the ball.
Just over 2 minutes into the second half, Hallsville up 22-6, just forced a 3-and-out from Eldon. Now into their territory on their first offensive drive. Pistol set, give running Fowler left side at the line of scrimmage. He's met and then keeps churning the legs all the way up near the 40-yard line, so it should go of a run of about 8 after originally looked like he may just pick up 2. Fowler pushed a couple Eldon defenders up near their 40-yard line. That was a big physical run right there.
Yeah, that for sure was a big physical run there by Harrison Fowler. And every time he touches the football, he's got to be averaging at least 6 or 7 yards on each rushing attempt.
So we'll see what now 2nd and 2 Hallsville decides to do. Strong left side with a tight end blocking behind the line of scrimmage. Ball is snapped low. Nichols picks it up, tries to do something with it, and then slides down at about his 42. So he's going to lose a couple yards on the play. As the snap was low, Nichols tried to make something out of nothing before a couple Eldon defenders emerged on him, including Michael Rugen, the linebacker, who then gives a hand to Nichols to help him get up. So nice showing of sportsmanship right there. 3rd down and about 4 now.
Yeah, this would be a big stand for the Eldon defense if they can find a way to stall Hallsville's drive here with a couple first downs. And now they're on their side of the field and see what happens.
4 pass catchers in on the play for Hallsville. Nichols dropping back to pass, looking right. He now scrambles away and then falls down, and he's going to be taken down back inside his own territory. And he was trying to get out of the pocket, and I think just lost his footing. Really not even a sack right there as he goes from the 42 of Eldon back to his own 48-yard line and was trying to roll out right and buy some time to hit either Xavier Stinson or Sievers, who were on the right side, and then went down his own side of the field. It looks like they're going to rule forward progress, though. 48-yard line, their own side now for Hallsville. So they go back on their own side of the field. 4th down and 14. Would guess Nichols is going to punt now. He's standing at about his own 40-yard line. No one back to receive for Eldon. This could work out well for Hallsville. Nichols boots it away, and it is a beauty. Lands at about the 15, and that's going to roll down near about the 14-yard line. Can't ask for much more right there.
No, yeah, not a bad punt there by Colton Nichols. I know right there on that 3rd down, he wasn't too happy that he slipped and fell down as he was trying to escape from the pocket and look for a wide receiver down the field. But great job, though, by Eldon. Their offense got stalled on their first drive coming out of the second half. Now they get the ball back here, but their defense stands and holds Hallsville and stalls their drive. And now, Eldon is still in it, down by 3 scores, but they need a touchdown here to get themselves revamped and have some momentum.
7:37 to go in the 3rd quarter. Hallsville up 22-6, and Eldon starting this drive from their own 14. Hayes takes a snap. It's a run right side. He's keeping it, breaks tackle at the 14, and then falls ahead to about the 17. He took on the linebacker, Avel Phoenician, just pushed him out of the way. Looking at the just size of these two, don't think that was a totally fair matchup sidewise, as Hees is 6'4", 175, and El Finish is 6'1", 180. So similar in weight, but he's definitely a taller guy, and he made it work right there on the run of 4.
Yeah, good little quarterback designed run there by Hees. But like we've been saying, we haven't seen much action with the arm. Throwing it down the field, we'll see what Eldon does right here on this play.
2nd down and 6. Snap to give left side Shepard. He's got a ton of space, 25-30. He's up near midfield. 45 breaks a tackle, and he's going to be down right about there, as there was a whole lot of green grass ahead for Shepard. He wasn't even hit until he was up near about his own 40-yard line, gets to his 46, and that'll go down of a run of 28 yards for Shepard, and the Eldon offense is in business.
Yeah, he was off to the races right there. Great run right there. And the Mustangs are in business, and they have just on their side of the field on the 46.
And before this play will even happen, I think we may get a timeout taken by the Hallsville defense. Looks that way, as now with Eldon approaching midfield, down by 16 points, Hallsville wants to discuss a couple things. We'll step away for a quick moment out of the timeout. Hallsville will be back on defense. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Show Me Sports Network.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawduststudios.com. Sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
Back in Eldon, Missouri, Hallsville and Eldon on this Friday night, week 5 of the season. Eldon sitting at 3-1, Hallsville at 2-2, and we'll see with a big third quarter upcoming, big drive really upcoming right here, because Eldon can make this just a one-score game with a touchdown right here. Hallsville looking to keep their 16-point lead. First down and 10 after the big run by Christopher Shepard of about 28 yards. And now shotgun Shepard's going to get the ball again running left side. He's hit, but then keeps moving the legs, gets into Hallsville territory, and will be dragged down at about the 48-yard line. So should go of a run of about 6 yards or so and make a second down and short here in just a moment.
Yeah, good run right there by Shepard. And it seems right now the Mustangs are countering with their offensive punch, running the ball as well. We are midway through the third, but I think they're going to need to start taking some chances with Heath's arm and use that passing game, because right now they are just running the ball and that clock is not in their favor and they need to get it in the end zone in a hurry.
Halfway through the third quarter, Heath will keep it himself running left side. He's going to break a tackle on the backfield, but then be hit before he can get back to that line of scrimmage. He originally shook the linebacker, but then was met. I think it was Garrison Ballard back there who made the tackle, and that's going to go as exactly no gain right there. Nice work there by Ballard to shoot the gap and bring Heath down.
Yeah, great tackle there, and just a swarm of pursuit to get to Heath. And now 3rd down and 3. Let's see what Eldon is going to dial up here on this 3rd down, and let's see if Hallsville can stall the drive again.
Eldon at the 47 of Hallsville. They need to get about the 45-44, and the center picked up the ball, and that should go down as a false start and back everything up. Was the 3rd down of about 2 or 3, and instead it's going to be 3rd down and long. Yep, it's a false start on the offense.
Yeah, that's really going to hurt. Very uncanny mistake there by the center, and like you said, it did seem a little awkward there. He did pick up the ball as he was getting set, and yeah, that's going to move the Mustangs back, and so was a 3rd down and 3, now going to be a 3rd down and 8.
Scoreboard says that Eldon needs to get to the 45-yard line of Hallsville. Mustangs are snapping it from about their own 47. So we'll see now in a 3rd down and 8, 5 to go in the third quarter, what the Mustangs pull out of the hats. Smithson goes in motion, and now it's going to be snapped to Heath. Snap doesn't even come before, I believe that's a timeout. So just all sort of confusion here for the Mustangs. First have the false start to back them up, and now have to burn a timeout before a big play call right here. And Hallsville's got to be licking their chops right now.
Yeah, for sure. Hallsville is definitely licking their chops. And Eldon's got to figure out this massive confusion right now. The last 2 plays, the center makes a very uncanny mistake moving the football, and then they can't figure it out with the play call coming in. Hopefully they can figure it out there on the sidelines during this timeout, because right now they need an answer, because we are approaching, the last portion of the third quarter, 4:59 left. They need points in a hurry.
Well, I would guess, considering Smithson came in motion on that 3rd down play, both of the other 2 times he has gotten the ball in an end around right there, and at the very least you would figure that the ball was supposed to be snapped and fake it to him. But once the ball wasn't snapped and Smithson ran on by, everyone kind of looked over towards the far sideline, and as soon as that happened, the timeout was called. So both teams have used a timeout in this third quarter, and a very big play call upcoming for Eldon. You would assume at this point, considering they went for it 4th down and long earlier, that they would do so again. So probably 2-down territory, needing 8 yards, trailing by 16 points. Needs to get to the 45-yard line of Hallsville. 2 wide receivers far side and a tight end looking like he's going to block near side. It's a high snap. It goes over Heath's head. It's bouncing, and the quarterback just has to fall on it near his own 31-yard line, 36-yard line. That'll go down to a loss of 12, and now Eldon in a whole world of hurt as that was a high snap.
Yeah, a whole world of hurt right there. He's not able to corral the snap there, and the center, again, if it's not moving the ball, he makes a bad snap there, goes over the head of Heath, and now Eldon is really backed up, and that's not what they wanted out of the timeout. Now backed up 4th down and 21, and they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, it looks like this offense for Eldon will just punt it away. Here's the snap. It is booted. It's a pretty good kick. Goes over the head of the returner, bounces at about the 27, and then will slow up at about the 22. So that's where Hallsville will start their next drive at their own 22-yard line. But a chaotic finish to that drive for the Mustangs. They had third and just needing 3 yards, but they go false start, timeout, and then snap over the head of the quarterback. Not the way Eldon wanted to finish. And now here comes Hallsville. A long drive here with a touchdown could really not be the final nail in the coffin, but put Eldon in a really back against the wall.
Yeah, it definitely could put Eldon's backs against the wall and really separate this Hallsville lead and possibly, give them the edge in which they have had predominantly throughout this whole entire game. And surprisingly, Eldon's defense has held up so far through the third, but they need a big stand right here.
Own 22, pistol formation, give to Fowler off to the right side. He will hit a couple defenders up near the 25-yard line and get what looks to about the 26, which means a gain of 4 yards. Was pistol formation with 3 wide receivers all in a bunch on the near sideline. Looks like that's going to be the exact same formation here on second down and about 6. Hallsville needs to get to the 35 for a first down there at about the 31. No longer in trips formation as 1 wide receiver goes far side. That's Severs. Jarrett and Stinson are near us. Pistol formation once again. It's going to be keeper Nichols running right side, breaks a tackle, spins his way up near the 37, 38-yard line. He's not going to get the first down, but he's going to get very close to it. It's actually going to get the first down. So a nice run there by Nichols to move the chains.
Yeah, great run there by Nichols, spinning and maneuvering and able to get the first down.
I said 37-38. It was actually meant to say 33-34. He's tackled at the 34-yard line, and Hallsville, needing to get only to the 32, moves the chain. So now receivers, 2 of them on the far side. It's going to be give to Fowler running that way. He's going to bounce it outside and then moves the legs up to about the 39-yard line. Should be a gain of about 5 on first down as we approach 3 minutes to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, great run there by Fowler. Bounces it out to the right side, down the sideline, and Hallsville, Justin Conyers just dialing up plays and just keeping the running attack going, and there's nothing you need to change here when everything is just working A-okay, and Eldon's just not able to stop it.
Biggest thing is Hallsville is burning a whole lot of time, and if you can get this drive into the fourth quarter and then score, and like I said a moment ago, would be real tough for Eldon. 2nd and 5, Nichols is going to pitch it running left. Fowler's got work to do now. He goes all the way across the field, 45, and then trucks his way into Eldon territory across the 50 to the 49. He caught that pass mid-side and then angled all the way back across to the other side. But if you can tell the inflection in my voice getting a little lower, and that's because now see the yellow laundry on the field, and all indication is that first down run will be coming back.
Yeah, that's going to hurt there, especially for Harrison Fowler. Great little play design there. Got the ball to him and got the first down and more, but yellow hanky out on the field. That's a penalty. That's going to back up the Indians.
Looks like an illegal block on Hallsville, so now we see how far this one is going to be backed up. They were at their own 39 and were into Eldon territory on that run, but now this football is going to be all the way back to about the 26-yard line, so that's a big penalty right there. And now 2nd and a whole long way to go. 2nd and 18, backs Hallsville up 13 yards. Now we'll see if they're a little bit more willing to push the ball down the field. Not 4-down territory on their own side of the field, so we'll see what they do these next 2 plays. Trips wide receivers far side, 1 near side. Nichols is going to run right. Now we'll shake a tackle, 25 up near the 30. He's still running 35-yard, and he's got room far side on 45, and he's dragged down across the first down marker. He needed 18, and he got basically 18 on the play. Looks like that's going to be a first down and 10 for Hallsville as Nichols uses the legs right there.
Yeah, Nichols shows off his speed and kicks it into another gear, and that has got to be a massive breakdown by the defense. For 2nd down and 18, and Nichols able to pick up all 18 yards and a little bit more to get the first down. What a run by Colton Nichols.
So first down for Hallsville after an 18-yard carry by Colton Nichols. One heck of a run right there.
This is the Hallsville Indians postgame show on the exclusive home for Indians football, the Show Me Sports Network. The Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew will discuss their thoughts on tonight's game as well as look ahead to the next action for the Indians. Exclusive postgame coverage of Hallsville Indians football is brought to you by Avon with Michelle Carty, Boone County Journal, Centurion Cares, Eddie Gaedel Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Hallsville Athletic Boosters, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, Sawdust Studios.
Hallsville just took their second straight road victory, and will be heading back down with a 44-14 win at defeating the Mustangs, who dropped their second game in a row. Happy post-game, everyone. I'm Ben Schmidt, along with me, Justin Kraft, and it was our pleasure to bring with you the broadcast of tonight's game. As always, once again, I want to apologize for the technical difficulties we had mixed in there for the fourth quarter, but you get the gist of it because Hallsville dominated late in this one thanks to a 22-point put-away fourth quarter. This thing was as close as an 8-point game at one point after a Hunter Heese bomb for a touchdown to Devin Hardy. But ever since then, Hallsville went 67-yard dive, 67-yard drive, and then 35-yard drive, all of them capped off by Colton Nichols rushing touchdowns, who, oh, by the way, got into the end zone with his feet 5 times tonight. He was something special for Hallsville on offense.
Yeah, he definitely was. Colton Nichols had a night bouncing it in with his legs, 5 rushing touchdowns on the night. Great win for Hallsville as they win back-to-back on the road. And then we'll go back home against Osage next Friday, and then the Friday after that against Southern Boone. And, yeah, story was written from the end of the first quarter by Hallsville, and it was just a recipe for success after that, and they just took it to the house and took commanding of this game from the second quarter on and just dominated against Eldon. And Eldon just couldn't find a way to recompose themselves and get themselves going in the second half.
We'll hear from Coach Conyers about some of his thoughts from the game in just a few minutes here on the Show Me Sports Network post-game show, but things are wrapped up pretty quickly. Hallsville's already had their post-game meeting on the field. I'm sure not a whole lot to talk about when you dominate the way that Hallsville did in the fashion they did. I think the big thing is now after you gave up 59 points to Booneville 2 weeks ago, now 2 straight games where the defense has looked really strong, just 20 points allowed in the last 2 games. Gave up 6 points in the first half. That was the first drive of the game, and then only 8 more in the second half, and that was really just a one-play drive where your defense got beat. So overall, I mean, it's when you have the pressure that Larkin and Kale Nichols were getting, along with the coverage on the backhand by Harrison, Grant, Ski at the safety position. I mean, it's a tough defense, and then you couple that with the running offense on the other side. It was good stuff in all phases of the game for the Indians, and it showed out on the scoreboard with a 44-14 victory. Probably was a little bit closer of a game than the score makes it look, because Hallsville scored the 3 touchdowns late, and a couple of them where they probably could have ran a little more clock off, and maybe they don't score. But it's a big win right here. Middle of the season, 4 games to go after this. And you have to think the arrow is pointing much more upward right now than it was a couple weeks ago for Hallsville.
Oh, yeah, the arrow is definitely pointing upwards for Hallsville, and especially on that defensive side of the ball, they capitalized. They came out, and they showed out, and they definitely played well against a Eldon offense that can put up points in a hurry if you don't find a way to keep them in check. And great job by the Hallsville defense all around. Did it last week against Versailles, only giving up 6 points. Did it this week, tonight, against Eldon, giving up 14. So 20 combined points in 2 weeks. Defense, wins games, and Hallsville did it tonight.
So Nichols now on the season has 16 rushing touchdowns through essentially just 4 games played. I mean, it's going to say 5 in the stat sheet because he did get into the game last weekend Versailles, but really only ran 5 or 6 plays. Both times left the game with injury. He was not himself last week, and that ankle looked awfully healthy here this evening, and he gets the victory along with other contributions on the offense. Harrison Fowler had another fantastic game. That rushing average per game is certainly going to be down to triple digits. Came in with it at 99.5, and he had himself another night here in Eldon. Not a whole lot of completions for Nichols, but he didn't really need it the way they were running the football. Targeted Stinson downfield a couple times, and Isaac Stinson had a big 35-yard catch in the second quarter where Nichols put it on the money and really kind of told you didn't need to throw the ball a whole lot tonight, but if Nichols is going to be making throws like that in close games in the future, you've got to feel good about not only what you have in his legs, but the arm too.
Yeah, because if he's not doing it with his legs, he can do it with his arm. But he showed us both of his, tools in his arsenal tonight, and his legs really showed most of throughout the whole entire game because that's all they needed to use was his legs. But like you said, he has potential, and he can throw the rock and throw the football down the field, and he capitalized with 2 very impressive throws deep down the field, stepping up in the pocket. And that offensive line, great job again tonight, giving Nichols time and letting him create, and he did just that.
Would not totally, I think, encompass the entire story of this game without talking about the impact that the penalties had on this one. It certainly impacted Eldon as they were backed up numerous times by the old yellow flag. Hallsville did have a couple go their way. Actually wiped off one long Colton Nichols rushing touchdown with a flag. Otherwise, he maybe could have had 6 of them. But it certainly did play an impact. But the fact that Hallsville was on the better side of the flag impact of this game, I think, is important because the flag played a big impact at the end of their game against Boonville, where they had the unsportsmanlike conducts. And I think Coach Conyers and the coaching staff has them much more back on track over the last couple weeks. Certainly, I on the defensive side for Hallsville, what Larkin and Nichols were doing at defensive end, others including, but especially those two, it felt like they were making the quarterback Hunter Heese run for his life on more occasions than not back there.
Yeah, they did a great job enforcing pressure and not letting Heese be comfortable in the pocket. And it just seemed like Heese, when he had to move outside of the pocket, he didn't like to really try and create. And then those second level of defenders were able to crash down on Heese and get to him. Just a great job all around by the defense, especially dictated by one of their captains on both sides of the ball. If he's not blocking, he's getting after the quarterback, and DJ Larkin. Great game all around for him, and I know they love to have him back.
So final score 44-14 in favor of the Indians, win their second straight. Benchmate Justin Kraft. And this has got to be something, too, you can take into next week. I mean, it's Osage looked really good against this same Eldon team last week. Hallsville does the same here tonight. But the way Hallsville was playing physically, I would expect now going back home in front of a raucous environment to try that probably shows up next Friday night in terms of the rushing factor and the defense factor.
Yeah, you would hope that they can bring that same tenacity and do that against Osage next week as they go back home. And they just got to bring that same fire, same grit, same toughness, and just get off to a fast start and just dictate the tone. Because if they play as well as they played tonight and as well as they played last week on both sides of the ball, against Versailles last week and then tonight against Eldon, it's going to be really hard to beat this Hallsville, team all around with the way they're playing respectively on both sides of the ball, and that arrow is pointing upwards.
We're going to step away for just a quick moment before we wrap things up for the final time. Hopefully also speak with Coach Conyers if he can find us up here in the booth. No worries if not, if that does happen. We'll just wrap things up. But don't go anywhere. We're not completely finished here on the Show Me Sports Network tonight, but go ahead and celebrate. Hallsville wins at 44-14. We'll be back after a quick break on the Show Me Sports Network.
Since 2018, Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC has been specializing in all things custom, using large format, high-powered lasers with some of the most advanced technologies on the market. Anything can become a canvas. This state-of-the-art system makes quick work of custom engraving on cups, glass, tile, wood, acrylic, metal, headstones with endless possibilities. They also offer custom one-of-a-kind signs that are sure to make your design stand out. Find them on Facebook at Han Custom Laser Engraving or call 573-489-8732 to find out more. Han Custom Laser Engraving LLC, a veteran-owned business.
Attention Indians fans, here's your chance to help the student athletes of Hallsville by becoming a member of the Hallsville Athletic Boosters. Your gifts help provide all Hallsville athletes with a safe and positive experience while attending our school district, and also help purchase items that our sports team couldn't otherwise afford. You can join the Hallsville Athletic Boosters this season for as little as $25. Membership is open to everyone. Interested in joining? Look them up on Facebook by searching Hallsville Athletic Boosters or email them at hallsvilleathleticboosters@gmail.com. Let's go Indians!
Last Sentinel Firearms is your federally licensed and registered Type 7 FFL manufacturer dealer in Missouri, providing quality products to all types of sports enthusiasts, law enforcement, and individuals across the nation. Orders are currently being fulfilled, offering custom-built pistols and rifles from the AR platform made right here in Missouri. Visit their website at lastsentinelfirearms.com or call them at 417-684-7202 to find out what they've got for you. Last Sentinel Firearms, you are your last line of defense.
Hi, I'm retired Army Sergeant Trent Dirks, and I want to tell you about an organization that saved and changed my life forever. Retrieving Freedom provides highly trained service dogs to veterans with disabilities and children with autism, absolutely free of charge, thanks to the generous donations and support from people just like you. Experts from Retrieving Freedom help throughout the entire process, from fostering programs through service dog placement. Retrieving Freedom gave me the skilled service dog Tracer, who has been my best friend and my lifeline. To find out more about how you can get involved, volunteer, foster, or to donate, visit their website, retrievingfreedom.org. Retrieving Freedom, changing lives through the training and placement of service dogs for veterans with disabilities and children with autism.
Creating custom, handcrafted woodworking projects has never been easier. Become a member of Sawdust Studios and enjoy 24/7 access to a woodworker's paradise. Outfit with industry-leading professional-grade tools, Sawdust Studios offers endless woodworking possibilities. Don't have woodworking experience? No problem, as Sawdust Studios offers affordable classes from a community of woodworkers, experienced designers, and master craftsmen. Youth classes are also offered for those junior woodworkers. For more information, search Sawdust Studios on Facebook or find them online at sawdust247.com. Sawdust Studios, your community woodshop.
Hello, Blake Gazaway here with the Show Me Sports Network. I've had the opportunity to have some amazing calls, including overtime touchdowns, walk-off home runs, and buzzer-beating baskets. But I've answered another call. That's to serve my community as a volunteer firefighter. Stop and think what would happen if your home or property caught fire and no one was there to put it out. Every day, volunteer firefighters not only save lives and property, but also respond to other emergencies. Nearly 2/3 of our nation's fire departments are manned by volunteer firefighters. And because of this, we simply need more volunteers to step up and answer the call. Stop by or contact your local fire department and see how you can become a volunteer firefighter today. I answered the call to serve my community. Will you?
In today's world, injury prevention is at the top of everyone's list. However, heat-related occurrences get routinely overlooked. Zealous WBGT puts that front and center. By using cutting-edge formulas and technology, Zealous WBGT streamlines and simplifies obtaining and documenting wet bulb globe temperature readings. With a simple touch of a button, you can check WBGT anywhere in the world, receiving alerts when the WBGT goes over the threshold you select. Join the stress-free way to protect student-athletes, employees, and overall operations from extreme heat by downloading the free Zealous WBGT app today. Save time, save money, save lives with Zealous WBGT.
Running out of some of your favorite Avon products and haven't seen an Avon brochure in quite some time? No need to worry. Avon Independent Sales Representative Michelle Carty can help with your Skin So Soft makeup, jewelry, fragrance, and skincare needs. Avon now carries cleaning supplies, clothing, daily essentials, and several small LG electronic items. You now have the opportunity to shop online 24/7 and have your order shipped directly to your front door by shopping with Michelle at mcarty.avonrepresentative.com or find her on Facebook by searching Avon Carty.
Final words on the Show Me Sports Network post-game show. You just listened to a 44-14 thumping by Hallsville over Eldon, especially in the fourth quarter, where they scored half their points, put 22 up on there to put this thing away, and now a happy trip back to Hallsville, and they'll stay there next two games at home. Eldon's now dropped their second in a row. They're going to have to face Southern Boone in Southern Boone next week. So if you find yourself a fan of what Eldon was doing tonight, you can listen to that broadcast as Blake and the guys on that channel have it for you. But hope you stick with us next Friday night, as myself and Cam will have Hallsville versus Osage on here, the Show Me Sports Network 2 channel. Any final thoughts here from tonight, Justin?
I just got to say, like you said, thumping, all Hallsville. They put on the thumping to Eldon, and they didn't look back. Great win, then just blew them out.
So that's just going to about do it here for us. I will say, not that I ever felt bad, but you feel really good right now about the direction of Hallsville after these last couple of games. The physicality, the defense for sure, which was certainly more of an issue those first couple of games. Defense has really started to figure some things out. The rushing game looks like it's going to be good enough to beat just about anybody, and Nichols has shown passive throwing the football when he's been asked to, which really hasn't been that often because they ran the ball so well. So gotta feel good there, but that's gonna just about do it for us. Thanks so much for spending your evening with us. Thank you to Coach Connors as well for the pregame interview. Weren't able to catch him tonight. They've got a lot of stuff going on, so completely understandable. But we'll hope to hear from him next week. You will hear from him in the pregame show. Like always, we'll be on the air at about 6:30, 6:35. For Justin Kraft, I'm Ben Schmidt. Have a good rest of your night. Have a good weekend, everybody. And until next time on the Show Me Sports Network, take care.
You've been listening to the biggest and absolute best coverage in mid-Missouri on the exclusive home for Hallsville Indians football, the Show Me Sports Network and the Indians Radio Network. The Show Me Sports Network broadcast crew are the ones that know your Indians the best. Exclusive coverage of Hallsville Indians football is brought to you by
Avon with Michelle Carty, Boone County Journal, Centurion Cares, Eddie Gaedel Society, Han Custom Laser Engraving, LLC, Hallsville Athletic Boosters, Last Sentinel Firearms, Retrieving Freedom, Sawdust Studios, and
Zealous WBGT. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. Join us anytime.
Serving fans throughout the Midwest and even more around the world, this is the Show Me Sports Network. The preceding was an exclusive broadcast property presentation of the Show Me Sports Network and was a high-fidelity, all-digital broadcast. This broadcast is copyright by the Show Me Sports Network for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the Show Me Sports Network's written consent is prohibited.